I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, for more in-depth Knicks conversations and more Uncle Freezy one-on-one time, consider being a Patreon. The link to our Blorange Tears Patreon page is in the description box below. It's more individual conversations, more in-depth breakdowns. For more of that stuff, consider $2 a month or something cheap like that for more in-depth Knicks conversations. I'll see y'all over there. I'm Uncle Freezy, and you know who I am, Uncle Freezy, the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, giving you everything that you want. I will holler at y'all later. Peace, y'all. Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe. Your man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? How y'all this evening, man? How y'all this evening? Good. It's good to see y'all. Good to be with y'all, man. There's a lot of things I want to talk to y'all about, man. But first, let me say rest in peace to Bill Russell. Even though a man was a Celtic, he was a pioneer. He did a lot for the communities. Never wanted to talk bad about a dude that had 11 championships. Anytime a man has so many championships, he's got one to spare. Got more championships than he has, more championship rings than he has fingers. You got to respect that. Got to respect that. So rest in peace, Bill Russell. He lived a long life, 88 years, a long time, especially for somebody tall people. You know, that's a long time, man. So rest in peace, Bill Russell. All right, let me shout out my people. Let me shout out my people in the building, right? Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's have this conversation that a lot of y'all been wanting to have. I know a lot of y'all been wanting to have this conversation. So why not? A lot of y'all want to have this conversation. So why not? Let me shout out my peoples first. Danny Thomas is in the building. Father say, yo, I ain't gonna tell you where exactly I was at, but let's just say I was occupied, but I was watching the chat and I saw Danny Thomas show up and was like, yo, I'm first. And I was like, dang, and I'm late. I'm running late, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Danny Thomas. Forbes Phil is in the building. Chef MYK. Eli M is in the building. JJ was good. Jet Life for Life is in the building. David L was good. DSJ, what's good with you? What's good with you? Sav is in the building. Savage NYC is in the building. Dripmore is in the building. Andrew College, what's good? What's good? I see you. Yeah, man. Y'all subscribe to the channel. I think we're like 5 away from a magic number. We're like 5 away from a big number. We're like 5 subscribers away from 3,000, man. Y'all smash that like button, man. Smash that like button. Help us get to 3,000 plus subscribers, man. Yeah. Yo, Moochie the Cypher's like $2. I know. Legit, I saw prices, bro. I was like, I ain't charging nobody no $25. I ain't charging nobody no $25. The way I saw it is, because people charge that for their Patreon, and $25 is legit less than $1 a day. I get all of that stuff, man. I get all of that, you know what I'm saying, $1 a day stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like if they can't pay $1 a day, then blah, blah, blah. But I was like, yo, nah, we ain't doing that, bro. We'll put it like at $2. Like if my people see me on the street, would they buy me a soda or buy me a drink? That was my mindset. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. I get it. $2. That content must be tracked. No, we put some work into it, right? We put some work into it. But the way I see it is I just want to share some stuff with the world, right? I just want to share some stuff. And I was thinking, like, if one of the random Blorange Tears family members see me on the street, would they buy me a soda? You know what I'm saying? And if they didn't, and if they didn't feel able to buy me a soda, then maybe I need to step my game up. That was my mindset. But listen, as technology and equipment go up, I'm sure I'll have to raise that some to keep up with everybody else. But right now, would somebody buy me a soda, buy me a drink if I was thirsty? That was my mindset. And there's a higher platform in there too, where I'm just gonna do a next level live stream just for the $5 folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, like, will we go to the movies together? Them $5 folks, would they legit sit down in the movies with me and talk about a movie or something? So I'm gonna do some special live streaming for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's all about, man. Not to get too much into that, but that was my mindset going in. I see everybody here. Let me see. Elon M, David L, Danny Landis is in the building. What's good? Fozzie Dunlop. What's good? Almighty Finesse is in the building. Cell next day. What's good? Reese Rolex. What's good? I see y'all. What's good with you? Long Island. LI Sound One. What's good? I see you. Carl Mega, the hip hop legend. What's good? Yeah, man. Hey, Paris Duggar say he joined every day. Ain't that a fact? What's good, Paris Duggar? What's good? This conversation tonight might be just for Paris Duggar. Just saying. I'm just saying, man. Rich boy, what's good? Anthony Garcia is in the building. Say no to Mitchell. I'm a Brunson 6'1" would be a disaster in the playoffs. This conversation tonight, Anthony Garcia, is just for you. Right? Big Shiesty in the building. Brian Batista, what's good? I see you, Frank Matos. Frank Matos says, I'd buy Frizzy a slushy. Bim. Won't let that man be thirsty. What's good, y'all? Corey Smith is in the building. Luke Skywalker Visions, what's good, man? I see you. Chef NYK. All right, Young Income in the building. Hawkeye, what's good? I see you. Paris Duggar, this conversation is just for you. David L, what's good? So I had been thinking about this all day. Yo, Shotgun is in the building. What's good? Shotgunner said the Hawks did the Player of the Year. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So there are a lot of storylines in Knicks universe out there, and some dominate the conversation more than others. Right? Legit, some conversations dominate, some narratives dominate the conversation more than others. And should they? That's not up for me to decide. That's up to you to decide, right? That's up to you to decide, right? What I will say, though, is if I'm a Knicks fan, I'm not like him. Hey, Sherwin, what's good? A lot wise, what's good? What I'm going to say is this. It's up to you to decide which way you'd like a conversation to go. But in terms of the overall conversation, I don't think it should be a one-way street. Right? I don't think it should be a one-way street. Right? I don't think the conversation should be a one-way street, man. Right? I don't think the conversation should be, yo, Tom Thibodeau should be fired. That's one conversation we should have. Right? I think another conversation is trade Julius Randle, get Julius Randle out of here. Either you're for it or against it. I'm not judging you anyway. I like Julius Randle, right? But it is a conversation worth having. A conversation worth having is, at what point does James Dolan start appreciating his patrons? That's a conversation worth having. At what point should James Dolan start showing love to people that are not just season ticket holders? Right? I want to have that conversation, but not now. We'll have that conversation tomorrow. We'll have that conversation tomorrow. Right? Another conversation is Mitchell Robinson worth $15 million a year? Is Mitch worth $15 million a year? I don't have my hand in that man's pockets. I don't count other people's bread, right? But is Mitch worth $15 million a year for 4 years? What have you proven? 8-8. Man, we got a puppy, man. We got a puppy named Benny, and we be leaving that door open so he can go in and out, man. And he got all outside in here. Ugh, Benny. Dang it. Another conversation, and I wanted to have this conversation with BK Steph from the Queen's Court. I wanted to have this conversation with BK Steph from the Queen's Court. And maybe I'll chop this up and send it to her. Right? This is the conversation I want to have with BK Steph. What is passable for this organization, for this front office? What level of achievement has to be reached for this front office to stay? Or not reached, go. Maybe I'll clip this and send this to her, tag her in it on Twitter. Who knows how we'll be feeling after I dust Paris Duggar up in this conversation. After I dust up Paris Duggar in this conversation, I may not feel like clipping it and sending it to her. I may need to recharge my batteries afterwards. But depending on how easy it is, depending on how easy the conversation is, how easy it is to dust up Paris Duggar, then I may have the energy to edit it and tag her in it on Twitter. A conversation worth having is what level of achievement keeps this front office here? What do they have to achieve? Right? Right? Hey, shout out to our Twitch people. What's good? My Twitch people, man. I would love to get some more followers on Twitch. And honestly, I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker on Twitch. I need to get better. I need to get better on Twitch, bro. But I'm doing Twitch and I'm doing Patreon, and I'm trying to eventually I'm going to move this thing to Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. Hey, thank you for that follow. I appreciate it, man. I need to show my Twitch followers more love because it's not just about the YouTubers. I love my YouTube family. We're trying to grow the Twitch family. We're trying to grow the Patreon family. And that way we can have a more diverse conversation about the topics that we love. Right. But this is what I want to call. This is what I want to talk to BK Steph about. So BK Steph, if you're listening, right, and y'all know BK Steph, y'all know from the Queen's Court, from Dope Soul Sports Talk, that Queen Steph, right? At what point, like what level of achievement keeps this front office in their job? Right. It's basically the question I'm asking is do they have to pass? Do they have to make the honor roll? Do they have to be the valedictorian? Right? What do they have to do? Because making the playoffs shouldn't be good enough. Right? Right? Making the playoffs shouldn't be good enough. That's one conversation. Matter of fact, let me jot that down. Because the older you get, the less you're able to remember stuff. Let me jot that down. I'm gonna add BK stuff at some point. All right. What does this front office have to achieve in order to keep their jobs? At BK. All right. So here's another narrative. My audio, I don't know what's going on, man. Maybe it's time for me to buy a new microphone or something, man. Let me see something here. Let me see something here. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, man. Okay. My audio tripping? Is my audio tripping? Or is StreamYard tripping? Because oh yeah. Yeah, I see what y'all talking about, man. I look like a Shaw Brothers movie. I look like a Shaw Brothers movie, man. Yeah, well, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. So what I'll probably do is I'm gonna just keep rocking. So here's another narrative, right? Here's another narrative. What if RJ Barrett does not become a star? What if RJ Barrett only becomes a good NBA player. Now what? What if Zion Williamson becomes a star? What if John Morant becomes a star and RJ Barrett becomes a, dare I say, y'all know what if Zion Williamson becomes a star? What if John Morant becomes a star and then RJ Barrett becomes a, is that a conversation we want to have? What if Zion Williamson becomes a megastar, John Morant becomes a megastar, and RJ Barrett becomes a, then what? Then what? Then what? Do we reconsider? Do we then reconsider what it is, the direction of the team? Do we reconsider the direction of the team? Right? Tell me which topic y'all want to talk about first. We'll talk about one first, and then we'll talk about the other. Do you want to talk about the possibility of do you want to talk about the possibility of RJ Barrett becoming a, or do you want to talk about what is acceptable in the eyes of James Dolan and the fans that will keep this front office in place? Y'all tell me which one y'all want to talk about. I'm ready for either. I'm ready for both. Ilmanix was good. I'm ready to talk about either. I have a secret conversation that I wanted to have with the members of the channel. I want to do a secret live stream with the members, right? Talking about Cam Reddish and what they think, right? I want to have a secret conversation with the members of the channel to see what they think about Cam Reddish, right? So if you're a member of the channel, just think about that. Just think about what the live stream would be about if we talk about Cam Reddish and the possibilities there. I got no lie to you. I have about 7 hours worth of Cam Reddish stuff that I want to get into, but I won't, because I don't want to start it and then some Donovan Mitchell news break and then it's forgotten to the summer. I don't want to do that. Right? I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I have about, if I stretch it, it could probably be about 10 hours. It could be like 2 days worth of Cam Reddish stuff. But I don't want to start it, some news break, and then we have to shift gears. Right? So you know what? Since y'all are afraid to talk about RJ Barrett, we could talk about the front office and what's acceptable. If y'all are afraid to talk about RJ Barrett, then we can speak to the front office. They could take it. Right? Let's talk about the front office, because clearly the chat thinks that RJ Barrett is off limits. I love RJ Barrett. But at the same time, I do want to be objective. What is an RJ Barrett? If somebody can explain to me what an RJ Barrett is, maybe we can leave the topic alone. But right now, the easier topic is beating up on the front office. Y'all want to beat up on the front office? Let's do it. Y'all want to beat up on the front office? Let's do it. You know what? I'll do this. I'll meet you guys halfway. I'll put a poll in the chat. Y'all tell me which one you prefer. What should we discuss? What if RJ Barrett busts? What does the FO do to keep their jobs? Here are the two topics. What we'll do is talk about Cam Reddish for a little bit. We'll just do some tip of the iceberg stuff. We won't get deep. We'll do some tip of the iceberg stuff. But meanwhile, when we do that, I want you to vote on this poll. What should we discuss? What if RJ Barrett busts? Or what does the front office do to keep their jobs? Okay, so all right, let me do this better. Front office keeping their jobs. There's your poll. The poll is up. I had to be creative with the wording because YouTube wants the answers to be short. Right? So we'll talk about Cam Reddish until we get about 200 votes. Once we get 200 votes should be the deciding factor. Or y'all thinking 150? Let's do 150. Let's do 150. When we get to 150, rain through the snow, when we get to 150, whoever's leading at 150, right? If you don't want to talk about RJ, I suggest you vote for the front office. If you do want to talk about RJ, I suggest you click on the RJ button, right? So let's talk about Cam Reddish. In the meantime, let's talk about Cam Reddish in the interim, right? Let's talk about Cam Reddish in the interim, right? Let's talk about Cam Reddish in the interim. Ladies and gentlemen, what is Cam Reddish? What is Cam Reddish? I have no idea. I know what it is. I have a feeling I know what it is that Cam Reddish can be. I know what I have seen and what I think he can be and what I've seen do not align. You feel me? What I've seen and what my expectations are don't jive. They don't. What I've seen from Cam Reddish and what I've seen him produce are two different things. What I've seen from Cam Reddish is a man that can do basketball stuff easy. And I'm not talking about production. I'm talking about his shot looks silky smooth. He is what we call flowetry in motion. Cam Reddish is flowetry in motion. He's so smooth. His game it flows like a breeze through a silk curtain. Cam Reddish is smooth, right? Cam Reddish does things easily, right? But here is where the road starts to get bumpy. He doesn't produce at a high level. He doesn't. He doesn't produce at a high level. And listen, I know what you're about to ask me. He doesn't produce what, Uncle Freezy? What do you mean he don't produce? He don't produce what? People don't give him a chance, Uncle Freezy? He doesn't produce like his movements, his fluidity, his so Cam Reddish is explosive like a Ferrari, right? Man, the Ferrari looks so good, but don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Cam Reddish looks like a Ferrari where RJ Barrett looks like a dump truck. RJ Barrett looks like a dump truck, a pickup truck. Cam Reddish looks like that red Ferrari in front of the hotel that has everybody gasping. Wow, who is that? Who is that? That's Cam Reddish. So I use an example for my main man, Paris Duggar. Mr. Duggar, I was on a trip with a company. We were in Miami, right? It was hot. Hot. It's about like 94 degrees, right? And it was like breezes blowing in off the ocean, just like it's like that weird sea breeze blowing in off the ocean. Like the air would be still, and then a gust to just blow like people papers and stuff all in the hotel lobby. Just sea breeze. Y'all know what it is. Salute, y'all. Salute, salute, salute. Red Ferrari pulls up and you could just hear the engine roaring. The door opens. It's like it's Miami. So it's some 60-year-old white guy with the bowling shirt on, and some supermodel looking chick looked like she had 10 plastic surgeries. She was perfect. Every curve on her was perfect. Looked like her plastic surgeon is an expert, right? Right? See a Ferrari. That's my first time actually being that close to a Ferrari, right? A new one anyway, an expensive one. Oh, I guess all are expensive. But that's what Cam Reddish reminds me of, right? Everybody's standing around, ordinary Joes, and then a Cam Reddish comes along with all these impressive skills, and they look effortless to him. Effortless. Sherwin M says Cam is a BMW and RJ is a Toyota. The BMW is the most unreliable car you can buy. Toyota is the most reliable. Okay. All right. I feel you. I get you. I get your analogy there. But Cam Reddish, when you see certain things as jaw dropping, you're like, wow, Cam is doing that at 6'8"? Wow, wait a minute. Cam just crossed up a 6'5" guy and went to the hole and laid it up. Right? Cam Reddish is a beautiful athlete to watch. He is flowetry in motion, right? You would think if you could take all the talent within RJ and put it in Cam Reddish's body, you would have the GOAT. If you took RJ's will and skills and put them into Cam Reddish's body, you would have the GOAT, the greatest player of all time. Right? Now, what would happen if you took RJ's will and skill and put it in Cam? I don't think you would have the GOAT. I think you would have a Tracy McGrady type player. If you took RJ's will and put it in Cam Reddish, I think you'd get 8 great seasons and a body breaking down. Right? I think that's what you would get. I think if you take RJ's talent and put it in Cam Reddish's body, you might get a Grant Hill. Like 7 or 8 great years and then the body breaking down because RJ would drive that body too hard. Because Cam gets injured by himself already. Cam Reddish is always hurt by himself with his talent. And if you take RJ Barrett's talent and put it in Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett would tear that body up. But if you take Cam Reddish's talent and put it in RJ Barrett, you're possibly looking at the GOAT. Right? Here's the thing that I want to ask you guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen. Long term, what does Cam Reddish offer any NBA team? Long term, what does Cam Reddish offer any NBA team? Does he offer you long-term starter ability at the 3? Does he offer you long-term starter at the 3? Or are we dreaming? Are we dreaming? Is our pipe dream that Cam Reddish, with all that talent, will be better than Carmelo Anthony? Is that a dream that we're having? Let's talk about the skills that Cam Reddish will bring to the table. What does Cam Reddish bring to the table? Tell us what. Say the Donovan Mitchell deal doesn't go through, Cam Reddish starts. What does he provide a New York Knicks starting lineup? Is keeping Cam Reddish a better alternative than trading Cam and, say, 5 first-round picks for Donovan Mitchell? Somebody answer that for me. Is keeping Cam worth more than trading Cam and 5 first-round picks for Donovan Mitchell? Would you rather keep Cam and all your draft picks or trade for Donovan Mitchell? Would you rather keep Cam and those 5 first-round picks or trade them for Donovan Mitchell? You tell me. Sav says, man, Cam going into his 4th year, man. We trying to talk about potential. Right. Sherwin M says, keep Cam and all the draft picks.
Allah Wise says, bye, Cam. Bye, peace. Toodaloo. Toodaloo, Cam Reddish. Mr. Lee says, man, toodaloo, Cam. Bye. Is that what Mr. Lee is saying? Mr. Lee is like, toodaloo, Cam. Bye. Bye. Sherwin says, I will trade Obi, IQ, and Fournier in the 2 pick. Nah, that's not the question. What I'm asking you guys is, so, because the thing is, when I jot down the notes for these shows where it's morning and night, and you know, at night I can ask more risky questions, right? Not because of people will only watch this at night, but because the crowd is in a different mindset at night. Morning time, we want to be super positive. We want to talk about easy topics. It's the morning time. We don't want to start our day off cranky. At night, we already been through the day. You know, we're more apt to participate in the chat. Whereas in the daytime, a lot of y'all are at work and just listening. At night, you guys are more apt to participate in the chat and tell me how you really feel. Right? It's just what it is. We've been doing this going on 2 years. I think I got a feeling. I got a feel on what topics to talk about at what time of day. Right? Hey, y'all, if y'all watching, we are at 2,996 subscribers. So if you hadn't subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Do your thing. Do your thing. What is Cam Reddish, though? I'm asking you, the Knicks fan, do you have any more mental space? Do you have much more emotional space to take on more baggage? That big baggage being the Donovan Mitchell trade, the Jalen Brunson signing, Julius Randle shenanigans, Tom Thibodeau being outdated, the front office taking their time and frustrating us with stuff. And then there's the Cam Reddish conundrum. Do you have more room emotionally for more baggage? Is your trunk not full with emotional baggage? Or do you want some more? Because we could talk about what it is that Cam Reddish is, or we could talk about Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin getting more playing time. Which one do you want to talk about? Do you have more room emotionally for more baggage? Do you want to talk about Cam Reddish? Or do you want to talk about Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly? These are the topics that are here in Knicks Universe. And I know there are other content creators like, oh, he said, I didn't have nothing, but Uncle Freezy just said such and I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I don't care. I'm joking. But listen, there are so many things going on Knicks Universe aside from a Danny Ainge and Leon Rose negotiation. We get stuck on one topic, and it what's the word I'm looking? Frazzle is not a word, right? I know the word is frustrated. I didn't want to say frustrated though. Because there are some amongst us that feel like no day is complete without talking about Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks. No day is complete without talking Donovan Mitchell and 19 first-round picks. Donovan Mitchell for 9 players and 25 first-round picks. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's the only thing to talk about in Knicks universe, right? Is that the only thing going? Is that the only thing going on? Donovan Mitchell for 10 young players and 32 first-round picks. That's all we want to talk about. Or do you want to talk about something real, something else? Do you want to talk about what if RJ ain't it? There are going to be people for, of course, and then people against, of course. I want to speak to the point being right down the middle, of course. Because I want to do videos on what you guys think. Like legit, I want to hear what it is that you have to say. Parse it. Because sometimes some of the things people put in the chat is BS. And then some of it is genius. And when you're hosting, it's hard to separate that BS from genius. Right? And not because I can't read or I can't decipher context clues. It's just because the chat be moving so fast. Right? It's because the chat moves so fast. That's all. I know I could slow it down, whatever. But what is it? What is Cam Reddish? And how long should we wait? What is Cam Reddish and how long should we wait? Right? I know there are some Cam Reddish fans in the building. Kudos to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Hey, man, y'all smash that like button. Support your mans. We got 74 votes so far. And the leading topic is, what if RJ Barrett busts at 58%? That is going to be a heartbreaking conversation. Right? What is Cam Reddish? Right? I'm going to talk to that. Let me put this link in the chat. What is Cam Reddish? That's the topic we're on right now. And listen, don't start. If you come in the chat, don't start there. Hey, I know we talk about Cam Reddish, but what if we ain't doing that? What if Danny Ainge say, no, we ain't doing that? We ain't doing that. What we can do, though, is speak to certain points. Yep. What's good, boss? Sally can't even hear me. Sally popped up. Sally can't even hear me. Sally, can you hear me? He might be having a tech issue. The Black Knight says Cam Reddish is a star if he gets minutes. Oh, you can. Okay. All right. Yo, what's up, boss?
What's up, Uncle Freeze?
Okay. I'm just not sure what was going on. Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How's your weekend?
Man, busy. Doing videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Doing Patreon stuff, man.
Yeah, I like your Patreon video, man. I came across my phone and I was like, oh, it looks good.
Yeah, man.
Waves in the background. I like it. Yeah,
man. We're trying, bro. We're trying. What is Cam Reddish to you? Be honest, man. You don't have to butter anybody up, bro.
Well, to me, Cam Reddish is a person who's had, like a lot of players that enter the NBA, some bad things happen to him. He got drafted to the Hawks.
Yep.
That took a backseat to a lot of really good, maybe more NBA ready potential. But to me, you can't take away that at 22, he's 6'8", 7'1". He can shoot a 3-ball. So even if he just becomes a 3-and-D guy, he's a starting NBA build.
Right.
Because if you look at a lot of NBA teams, they're all going to be 6'5" and bigger. I mean, so you got point guards now, like that guy Chet Holmgren that came in, the rookie for Orlando. These are all big dudes that carry the ball, man. So you need size. You know, to me, Cam Reddish is athletically gifted, the number 1 in the nation recruit to go into Duke, and I'm not going to ever forget that.
Right.
He just needs to stay healthy. And I don't think the Knicks are going to give him a chance. I don't think Tibbs is going to. Even when he went there, I was like, that's not the right spot for him. He should have went to like a Minnesota. I could see him along Anthony Edwards a lot easier because he could play off the ball. He could get more slashing. You got a big man that can stretch the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I could see him next to Anthony Edwards and to achieve a lot more success than if you got Mitch Robinson in there. Where's he cutting to? You taking away his game.
Sounds like to me, you're making the excuses that we used to make for Kevin Knox.
Could be, but he can shoot too. You know.
Yeah, like just like Kevin Knox.
You know. Could be. I mean,
it sounds like to me like the Kevin Knox conundrum. Chat, is Cam Reddish the next Kevin Knox?
Oh, what a story. Could be.
Hey, Chilltown, how you doing, man?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Why did New York even draft? I mean, not draft, trade for Cam. What do you think? They're just trying to rebuild the RJ Cam backcourt from Duke? I mean, do you think that was? I mean, it was pretty smart to have that chemistry.
No, I think they needed. I didn't think they needed to get rid of Knox. That's all.
They just want to move on from Knox.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Chilltown? What's good, bro? You?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. I can. You got something going on in the background though?
Oh, let me step out.
Okay.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, man. How you doing, man?
Okay, I'm good. You know, I want to hear the the feedback on this topic.
Yeah. So I said, what if Cam Reddish is the next Kevin Knox?
Yeah, I'm not ready to commit to that. Like until until Cam gets a fair shake, I'm not ready to throw the towel in on him because once again, when everybody's playing out of position and then you're not playing the right people and we don't have talent, we haven't had talent like that. And for us to just be like, just ready to throw them away, I can't buy into that. When you got guys that can't ball
right.
or is very limited out there on the floor getting mad minutes. I can't buy into the fact that Cam's a bust.
Right. What is Cam Reddish showing you in the NBA that says he should be sticking in lineups?
He showed me what every other player shows. He shows he has the athleticism. He shows he has the skill set. Maybe he hasn't shown that he's a constant dog out there, but I've seen him perform. And once again, when Tibbs chooses to coach the way he coaches, and one of the things that do bother me, Freeze, is like I listen to a lot of the guys who say they're coaches that give their take, but none of them hold Tibbs accountable for the way he has coached the Knicks this last year.
Okay.
And that includes Cam not getting playing time and as I told you before, being treated like a redheaded stepchild. So
Yeah.
when he hasn't got playing time, I just can't buy once again until I see him on the court getting minutes and allowed to do what he can do or not do, then I'm not going to give up on him because I know he's a talent.
If you put Cam Reddish in last year's draft, is he top 10? Is he better than the top 10 2022 draft, the first 10 2022 draft picks? As he stands right now. I mean,
Boncaro was the first pick. Let me address this super chat while you think. Paris Douglas says, and Paris Douglas, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Douglas says, RJ's the 2, Obi at the Obi at the 3, Randall at the 4, Mitch at the 5. Okay. Oh my goodness. They should put Obi at the 8. Soulfinger's in the building. What's good, Soulfinger? Soulfinger was good. Paris Douglas says, another generous contribution, man. Appreciate that, man. Reddish is the backup 3 and 4 in small ball lineup. Okay.
So the number 10 pick of the 22 draft was a guy named Johnny Davis from Wisconsin. 6'5", 194.
Right.
I'm taking Cam.
So that's the question is, like, when you give up on a player at 22, is he still not as good as the ones being drafted? Right? Like, I mean, that's how I see it. I could be wrong. Is he better than Ousmane Deng? That was the number 11 pick.
Hey, I got a question. If Cam was given the same time as RJ, is he better than RJ?
No,
he's not better than RJ.
No.
Why not?
The Duke numbers
because they played together.
Yeah,
they played together, and RJ was better. And then they played against each other head to head, and RJ put 38 on Cam, and Cam scored 9.
Yeah, RJ is definitely better.
NBA is different from college, so
not too much.
So some guys who perform in college,
but Jersey City, you just asked. You said if Cam got the same minutes as RJ, and then when we made a comparison, you said the NBA is different. So which way are we going? Do you want to say, does Cam have more potential than RJ? Is that what you're getting at? Because if you're just talking about the same production, or the same, because minutes don't equal production.
So once again, you could say both ways, but if you put Cam and gave him as many minutes as RJ's played, just swap those guys out. Do you think you're saying on your behalf that Cam would not perform as good as or better than RJ?
No, he won't.
He won't do that.
No, he ain't. You guys are basing that on what? The college, like you said, college?
No. I'm basing it on what RJ Barrett actually did with his minutes, and I'm basing it on what Cam actually did with his minutes.
What do you mean did with his?
And you saw Cam Reddish in Atlanta put up insane numbers. Like, you saw the potential, and then you see him disappear for 3 weeks. And then you see Cam put up some insane numbers, 27 points one game,
34,
20, yeah, and then 2 weeks, and then for 2 straight weeks, you wouldn't see Cam again.
Okay, and what happened with RJ last year when he had starters minutes? He didn't perform, then he performed, then he didn't perform, and then he performed. So I don't get it. Like,
But he played though, right? But he played though.
Yes, because
if you're talking about the injury thing, RJ played through his injuries. What about Cam Reddish? What about Cam Reddish? Did he ever play through injuries?
But the only reason
because if we do that, now we're calling Cam. See, if we do that, now we're calling Cam Reddish soft, and I don't want to have a Cam Reddish is soft conversation.
Right, and we don't know. We don't know if he's soft or not. But I
don't want to speculate though. I want to think the kid is tough.
Hey, I'm old school, so don't ask me about this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to assume that he's tough, right? Yeah, man. I want to assume that Cam is tough. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, all I want, Freeze, is to see Cam get an opportunity to prove me right or prove you right. If you're
Right.
thinking that he's not the guy, but with all that talent, like he's not he may have had some problems with Atlanta, but he's not somebody out there that's doing bad stuff, that's making the team look bad in public, things of that nature. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I want to see him play. And for what
no
Tibbs,
room on for him
what's
in
that?
Atlanta. I said there was no room for him on Atlanta. They got Kevin Huerter, they got Hunter, they got John Collins. There was no room. They had Bogdanovich. They did the big Bogdanovich signing.
They had Gallinari. They had
just a lot more people that are better than him.
But the Knicks have no excuse to have not played him. For Tibbs to come up with that lame excuse, I have my rotation. Come on, man. Like, I can't buy a lot of things that
Tibbs didn't want him, and that was his FU to the front office. That's what a lot of people think.
It shouldn't have been, because they're playing with this young man's career. And
they're paying him. I mean, he's getting paid.
He's getting paid.
Big money.
Yeah, you play for the love. I play like myself. I played for the love of the game. I wasn't a professional, but I would be at 24-hour fitness getting it in for the love of the game.
Right.
I got paid to bust some chops. That was my pay.
Right.
Yeah, they doing that boy wrong, man.
I think I've been unlucky.
Man, it's as simple as if Cam was this good, why couldn't he beat out Obi or Fournier in practice?
Tibbs didn't want to play him, Freeze. You know that. We keep saying practice.
Personalities do matter, Freeze. If you ain't vibing with your coach or something, man, that can, I mean, really, what's the talent difference between Obi Toppin and Cam Reddish as we speak right now? If you had to put it on a scale 1 to 10, let's say Reddish is a 6.5, and then Obi's a 7. The more likable and the more team-friendly personality is probably going to get them minutes, man. I mean, that's just politics, and every team's got them. That's how I see it, at least.
Yeah, it is politics, man. It's horrible.
He's the new guy. Cam needs to go down to a team. Look at Houston. It's Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish isn't as good as Kevin Porter Jr. Okay.
Or Jabari Parker.
Oh yeah, he's not better.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not
or Jay. Yeah, he's not better than.
I'm
Green
not Jabari Parker. But what's the Jabari kid? Jabari Smith. Is that his name?
Yeah. Jabari Smith. Yeah, the rookie.
Jabari Smith, yeah.
Oh, that kid's going to be a monster. But he belongs on a team like that. The Knicks are ready to compete. That's not a role for Cam Reddish. You're not. You don't belong in the Knicks.
Chad, last year there was no space for Cam.
Yeah,
we were ready to compete last year.
Not if you're trying to develop other players. Like, that's the thing. Was Tibbs trying to develop Cam, or was he trying to develop quickly?
And so let me say this real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, you see Obi's handles. We not worthy. I would say, yeah, man. Obi Toppin legit looked like a LeBron James with the handles in that gym against them non-NBA players, bro. I think Obi Toppin handles are elite based on that video. Based on that video, I saw Obi Toppin is the new Magic Johnson, bro.
Wow.
And in that workout video, I saw that gym against those random dudes. Obi Toppin's handles were Kyrie-like.
Wow.
In that gym against non-NBA players.
I saw Montrezl Harrell shooting threes in their open rec. Just saying.
Montrezl Harrell. Oh wow!
Just saying, he was draining threes with him and Lou Williams out there without a job.
Oh wow! Wow! I would say, if you're asking me what player is better right now, I would say Obi Toppin is a better player right now. Who has the most upside, unbridled upside? Cam Reddish, and it's not close. Right? Cam Reddish has the most unbridled upside, not only on the Knicks, man, but you might be talking about in the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
You talking about unbridled gifts? You talking about gifts, right?
Yep.
So
Chilltown,
free.
you're talking about title, right? You talking about
Yeah.
talent.
So why wouldn't you not play him? If you feel that way and you were the coach of the Knicks, why would you not have your boy on the court?
Is he an Andrew Wiggins story? Look what happened to Wiggins. Is he an Andrew Wiggins
sounds,
story?
Sounds
And,
like
and
it.
Freeze, what about Tracy McGrady? You talked about this. Tracy McGrady
Yeah,
and
months
Vince
ago,
Carter,
right?
and Vince Carter, the same thing. They
Right.
were shunning Tracy McGrady, not giving him the playing time, and he was fed up with it. He was a slow, starter, but he was fed up with it.
But you know why Butch Carter wouldn't play him? Because Tracy McGrady was an immature, spoiled kid. That's why Butch Carter didn't play him. Not because T-Mac didn't have talent. Everybody knew he had talent. But when you have defensive assignments and you miss a shot and you out there pouting, man, sit your behind over there on the bench.
Yeah.
Julius.
Yeah, you out here pouting. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
When you 19,
Julius, sit on the bench.
you mean? But Julius Randle had already become an all-star. Tracy McGrady hadn't even become a starter. Tracy McGrady had talent. He's one of my favorite players to watch all time.
100%.
I love Tracy McGrady. I love
100%.
watching Tracy McGrady, bro. I loved watching. If you ask me, would I rather have watched LeBron James versus Carmelo in a meaningful game, or Tracy McGrady versus Kobe in a meaningful game?
Oh yeah,
it's T-Mac and Kobe.
That's no question. That's no question.
Right? And so the question that you asked me about Cam Reddish is not does Uncle Freezy like Cam Reddish? That's not the question. That should never be the question. The question is, what is Cam Reddish? Because there are thousands of people out here that like Cam Reddish. You don't see us, forming a party to dislike him. We like him. But at the same time, show us what you got, kid. Show us something. Anything. You show us anything, and we'll go to bat for you. But you got to show us something, man. Something.
Was it not a massive roadblock that, once again, when he got there, he was treated like a redheaded stepchild?
Who you talking about? Obi Toppin or Kevin Knox?
I'm talking about Cam.
Oh, so you talking about any of the young kids that's in that 3-4 range? Yeah.
That's in what?
You notice how I can steer that conversation, right? Any of those young kids that played the 3 and 4 under Tibbs, I could just throw any name in that spot, and it's the same result.
Because if they're on Memphis, they're playing. They're on Memphis or they're on Minnesota. They're all getting minutes. They're all getting work.
Right.
And that's what we needed to do last year. That's why a lot of the conversations we have are based around the fact that we don't know how good any of our young players.
Know, and they're doing that on purpose, because if they let you know they ain't good, now you lose all trade bait. This is all business. This is all business. This ain't about the players. Because if I put a bunch of bad players on the court and we all find out that there ain't shit. Excuse me, I'm sorry. There ain't nothing. Then you got no trade.
Let's keep it clean, because I be trying to talk to sponsors, man. I'm you run that channel with cats be cussing all night? Nah.
I got you.
You're cutting into the bread. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So my thing is, Chilltown is this a Tom Thibodeau not giving any of those guys that play the 3 and 4 minutes?
Yep.
Or is he picking on Cam? Because if you think he just picking on Cam, then what does the Obi crowd say?
It's that old school basketball. Rick Carlisle does the same thing, man. They all do that. It doesn't work. It makes the team look stupid.
Isn't that what Brunson was crying about? That Rick Carlisle did that to him?
No. Well,
yeah, I heard some of that. I don't think it's true though.
Yeah,
I don't think it's true.
Nobody's even talking about JB anymore. He's not even a topic for Knicks to talk about anymore. Right,
and it's one of those conversations that, since we talk about stuff. Give you an example. Basketballreference.com has Deuce McBride listed as a breakout player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basketballreference.com has him averaging about 11 points a game, up from 2.8.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Basketballreference.com. When you go to Miles McBride's page, and it says projected stats for 2023, it's showing 11 points a game, right? But we're here talking about Donovan Mitchell and Danny Ainge. Hey, so Cameron Von Sleet, thank you for the generous contribution. He says Cam has been beaten out by 8 players on 2 teams. Something
8?
to think about.
Nah, I could see 4. I don't see 8.
Yeah.
Well, ironically, half of those players Atlanta's trying to get rid of now. So, or they left, or Atlanta is trying to get rid of them. So.
But ironically, look who they got rid of first.
No, he asked for a trade.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got you. No, I'm with you. So my thing is this. I need to get a resolution on this before I move forward with the Cam thing. Is how come every player that plays Cam's position and is young has the same argument? Kevin Knox, like, he just won't play me, man. I can't get off the bench.
Yep.
Obi. Yo, he won't play me, man.
They're not wrong, though.
Off the bench. And then Cam Reddish, he won't play me, man. I can't even get off the bench.
Yep.
And we are thinking that it's just a Cam Reddish issue.
Right. You're right. It's not. It's Tibbs. Tibbs is gone after this year.
It's a Thibodeau thing, man.
Yep. Carlisle did the same thing. Popovich is on his way out, too, because he doesn't play rookies. The fans want to see the young dudes ball, man, and they hiding them on the bench for trade reasons.
Right. I'm asking the chat. Listen, chat. Did we not hear the same complaints from Kevin Knox? Did we not hear the same complaints from Obi Toppin? And now we're hearing the same complaints from Cam Reddish? How come we not hearing this from RJ Barrett?
Draft capital.
How come we didn't hear that from Alec Burks?
Veteran.
Yeah.
Safe plays. Rick Carlisle did the same thing. They play the safe game. So they get you good enough to keep their job. That's what they do. And they're never going to win you anything. Because the winning coaches take chances. There's no way that Thibs is playing what's number 11 for Boston, Freezy? What's number 11 for Boston?
Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard's not seeing the court if he's the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
But my man in Boston takes the shot and realizes, he can, is Peyton Pritchard better than Cam Reddish?
No.
Okay. Well,
even though I like Peyton Pritchard, bro, I think he's going to be a quality NBA player.
Yeah, I mean, he's a number 9 on a winning team, number 10 on a winning team. But my point is that you understand my point. The system,
I do,
isn't it allowing for players to develop the New York Knicks are collecting a bunch of Toyota Camrys and they're trying to upgrade them to Lexuses. And they don't want to let you know the car's about to break down, so they don't let you test drive it. That's my opinion. The Mavericks did the same thing. Look at DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright was a solid point guard in the NBA.
Hey, King Angie said this is fake news.
Come on, King.
Hey, King Angie, that's
Spider going to be on the Hornets, and the Hornets are going to be the number 5 seed in the East while the Knicks are playing the play-in.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's fake news or not,
Yeah.
Tune into what you want to listen to, brother. The reality is
any news is news.
Exactly.
Any news is news. Whether it's real or fake, it's news.
Like Spider's getting traded this year.
Yeah.
It's fake. That's been fake news, right? That's been the fake news. Is Spider coming to the Knicks? Yeah. We've all done hours on that.
Yep. And Alawai says IQ would play though, and he been in the league less than Cam. Yeah, man. That's what I'm telling you guys. What I'm telling you guys is it's not a Cam or Obi or Knox thing. It's a Tibbs prefers a certain style of player thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a Tibbs trying to stick it to the man thing. For what? Tibbs, you want to ruin? You want to get fired from your last head coaching job because of pettiness? Nah. You want your lasting legacy to be, I was a petty old school coach that got fired that wouldn't play kids. Nah, come on, man. We all adults here, man. We know he ain't gonna be super petty. Now, will he get frustrated with a player and snatch him? Yes. Will he hold a grudge though? Come on, man. An agenda, an axe to grind?
No, I don't think
so. Over a dude that he never even played before?
I don't think that. No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we all adults. It's like, man, am I gonna get fired because people keep leaving their lunch in the refrigerator in the break room? It drives me crazy, bro. What, you still got holiday cookies in the break room fridge? What the heck? What's going on, bro? If I open, it's July, right? Why would I open the break room fridge and see Christmas tree shaped cookies in the fridge?
Yeah. Am
I gonna give it? It makes me mad, bro. But will I get fired over it? No. Chilltown, you see what I'm getting at? Like something you just gotta be balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll open the fridge, I go in the fridge, and there's still food in there from 4th of July. Why y'all got 4th of July food in the break room fridge? And then if somebody throw your thing away, now you mad.
Yeah.
You going to HR. They threw my break room bag away. Because you had 4th of July hot dogs and stuff in the fridge. It's August. What are we doing? And so that's what I'm saying about Cam Reddish. I'm not saying Cam Reddish is Christmas tree cookies or 4th of July hot dogs. What I'm saying is Tibbs is not going to stoop to that level of pettiness. And you know what I'm saying? In order to prove a point.
Though. He's stubborn.
He is stubborn.
And he's not adapting to the league.
Hey, Sally, you stubborn too, bro. I noticed, like, when you think you're right about something, bro, you're not gonna give in on it.
No, not at all. If I think I'm right, I'm right. I mean, especially with sports, because it's all opinion based. But if you showed me like something in my personal life where it's like, hey, well, I'm, that wrench don't turn that bolt,
right.
I'm wrong.
And then you're like, okay, I don't know what I was thinking.
Right.
But I'll adjust.
But sports is all opinions, so.
Right. No doubt. And so what I'm getting at, though, when I say that about you is that if you feel like you're right, you're going to stick to your convictions. And I think when Tibbs feels like he's right, he's going to stick to his convictions.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about what we can live with and what we can't.
So why doesn't the front office come in and be like, hey, man, why aren't you winning? I mean, this is a job. This ain't an opinion, right? So, like, if you're paying me to win basketball games and I'm not winning basketball games, I can't really look in the mirror and go, my opinion is correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being paid to win basketball games. And this is where the players start catching the bad rap. Is like, oh, he's got a bad attitude. Man, he wants to win basketball games.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it kind of goes both ways when it comes to, like, a head coach, to me, is just, they're there to point out weaknesses and try to make corrections, but they're not there to say that this player doesn't deserve minutes. If you're not winning, if you're not playoff bound, you got to get those minutes in. Let Cam get 15, 20 more minutes in a week. That's my opinion. So, well, Rick Carlisle did the same thing. Yeah, Tibbs is trash. Yeah. I think he is trash. I think he's overrated. Well, hell, I'm on the mic. Let's talk about Tibbs then. Tibbs never the talent or front office.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing, Chad, is Tibbs, what he has been allowed to do. And people, when I start talking about Tibbs, they talk about conspiracy stuff. Like they don't want to hear it. They don't buy into it.
Mm-hmm.
Things that he's done over the last year or two, man, I can't forgive him. I'm no coach, but I see the obvious things that he does, and it's just, man, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. People make a lot of excuses for head coaches, man. And either you're winning or you're not. Like, if you're not a winning head coach, then you're going to take too much time. This is why I was happy about the Mavericks moving on from Carlisle. Put in Jason Kidd. If you're seeing the trend right now, what they're doing is they're going into the championship teams' benches and they're pulling up the lead assistant coaches and making them NBA head coaches. You want to know why? Is because they have the most relevancy in winning in this NBA systems. Thibs is great. I think he's a great basketball mind, but this generation is not relating to Thibs.
No. And that's the problem. I think he's a great defensive head coach. Defensive coach, just like as a reference, football, Marty Schottenheimer in football. He was never a great head coach, but he was a great defensive coordinator. No, offensive coordinator, my bad. And same thing goes for Thibs.
Schottenheimer was a defensive coordinator. Chilltown, who's your favorite football team?
I'm a Oakland Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh,
Raiders, cool.
So I missed out on the opportunity to tell a story because I thought you were going to say the Giants. Miguel P, thank you for your generous contribution. Miguel P says, didn't Thibs openly admit he dropped the ball with the kids? Yes, he did. And was he wrong? Yes, he was wrong. Right? He was wrong. He was very wrong. And I hope he lived to regret it because you can't waste people's careers. I think he did that with Miles McBride and Obi Toppin. Right? I think he did that with Miles McBride and Obi Toppin. Right?
I'm
sorry, I didn't hear that part.
I said I'm happy to hear you say that.
Yeah, man. I think he made a mistake. Now here's the thing. Knowing who he is, you can't. I just feel uncomfortable saying that he had an axe to grind against Cam Reddish when there's a pattern. When there was a pattern established that he did it to Kevin Knox and to Obi Toppin. That's all I'm getting at.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it was an axe he was grinding. Thibs was being Thibs, but at the expense of not playing Cam or any of the young kids when he should have played them so that we could know exactly what we got on our team and we would know what we need. Not saying we're picking anybody, but the fact that Thibs didn't play those guys, it still has us questioning, is Obi a starter? Is Quickly a starter? Can Cam even play in this league? You know?
I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
And I think the only reason they brought Mitch back is because they were catering to Thibs. Because I don't think Mitch is going to get any better. And yeah, he's a rim protector, but once again, that's that old school thinking of Thibs. He just wants a rim protector back there.
Well, let me. I can't argue that either, man. That's a good point. But King Edgy says, not Freezy too. McBride is not good. What the hell? No, man. I never said McBride is the GOAT or any of that stuff. All I'm saying is that Thibs didn't give him minutes. And so here's the thing. When they sat Kemba and Rose was hurt, you had a point guard on the roster, right? And instead of giving him some minutes on the floor, you moved a second unit small forward to the point guard spot. And you didn't win games. So if you're gonna lose and you have a point guard spot, why not give Miles McBride some minutes? That's what I'm getting at. I never said Miles McBride was the answer. I never said Obi was the answer. All I'm saying is I felt like Thibs should have gave Obi, Cam, and all those other guys minutes to develop instead of playing Evan Fournier and Alec Burks 28 minutes apiece, 30 minutes.
Right.
Hey, Chad, I got a question for you. The other day, and I've heard other people say this as well. My thought process on everything that went on last year with the lineups and everything was the fact that when those guys came, the front office came into on the team, they already knew that they were going after Brunson, and they already knew that they were going to make a run at Mitchell. So that is why I figured I thought that they used Kimba as a stopgap, because remember, they didn't draft Halliburton. They had a chance to draft him.
Ooh.
They didn't do a lot of things that they could have done. They didn't get Murray this season. They bought Kimba in at the last minute, even though he was already broken down. I don't even know how he passed the physical. So my thought process was they knew they were going to put Brunson in that spot. So they used Kimba as a stopgap, and that was the reason that they never used McBride or Quickly to start, because if those guys did start and they shined and they played so good that so that nobody could be in that position to shine, so that they could bring Brunson here. And people say
that's what happens, Chilltown, when you do the conspiracy theory stuff, the CIA step in and mess up your audio. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm joking with you, but your audio was choppy in and out. So, folks, basically what Chilltown is saying is the Knicks knew this season was going to be a disaster. So instead of trying to go get a guy long term, just play it out with these spare parts and then go get Brunson once free agency start.
And
basically,
Mitchell,
right?
Yeah, pretty
and
much
Mitchell,
in a nut. That's why they never drafted a real Murray. That's why they didn't pick up Murray, and that's why they didn't draft Halliburton or even look for a point guard.
Well, they should have definitely took Halliburton, because he's going to be better than Jalen Brunson.
Right.
I mean, there's not even, if you're fading Halliburton for JB, you ain't watching. I mean, that's my opinion.
No, that's what the team did.
Right, but that's crazy. Why would you fade Halliburton for Brunson? Halliburton's way better than Brunson.
Yeah.
Relationships.
But what is your thought on that, Chad? Because I don't know any other reason why they would have done the things that they did last year.
People trying to keep their jobs. That's all I see with the Knicks.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was getting at too. That's why I put the poll in the chat.
Because
we're at 118 votes, 119 votes, right? Of what should we discuss? What if RJ Barrett bus is winning at 59% and front office keeping their jobs is at 41%?
Brunson is better than Halliburton? King Ant, that's a hot take, bro. He's not. Halliburton averaged double-double. He go do a double-double any night he wants. I don't think Brunson gets double-doubles. Hot take. Boy, this homers. Y'all going to learn about Jalen Brunson this year, boy.
So, yeah, man. So the Cam Reddish thing, though. The Cam Reddish point that we on. I noticed how we easily slide away from Cam Reddish, right? We slid away from Cam because I think we all know in our heart of hearts that it's not a Tibb issue. It's not an NBA issue. It's not a roster issue. All this stuff that we're discussing is Cam Reddish. It's as simple as that. It's a Cam Reddish issue. Cam not getting playing time is a Cam Reddish issue.
He's not good enough to play in the NBA. That's just what it is at this point. I mean, if you're going to just go simply by those rules, Freezy, he's not a starting NBA player, and he should probably be down in the G League for a year.
Or something.
Yeah, I mean, just put him in the G League and let him develop, you know? Like, look at Cam Thomas for the Brooklyn Nets. You know, he played a year and a half down there, came the scoring leader, came up to the Brooklyn Nets.
So we basing that on we basing that on the fact that Tibbs didn't play him, and then
we
he got
can't
hurt.
use any outside influence on the reason why Cam Reddish is not producing. No other influence but Cam Reddish, 100% responsible.
But when he played with Atlanta, when Atlanta put him in the game, was he producing?
Some games.
He produced inconsistently.
Okay, I'll say this. I don't know what the backstory is, why, he truly had wanted to get out of Atlanta and things of that nature. But
Here we
like
go.
I said, it goes back to what I'm saying. Cam has to take responsibility for whatever it is due to him. But I just want to see him play. And at the end of the day, we're about to get into this subject. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, but I don't. RJ is not it. I haven't bought into RJ. I'm not gonna buy into RJ. I love his willingness, his what word am I looking for? His moxie. I love that about him. But RJ's not it. So once again,
Freezy, I got questions. What is
man.
being allowed?
Hey,
to go on?
hold on,
What?
hold on, everyone. Just hold on, just real quick. Let me do the super chat. Hold on, real quick. So Paris Duggar, thank you for your generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, "Hey y'all ever seen Halliburton in a win? Garbage." Okay.
Freezy, what is being allowed to go on Blorange Tears tonight?
So okay.
I was gonna let Sully rock. I was gonna let my man over here rock, but they are saying some things that are just making my head hurt. You're gonna make me wake my wife up. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I was just gonna sit here and listen and chill. But some of the things y'all are saying, it's making my blood boil. It's making my blood boil. Saying first, I just want to address the most egregious statement, because there's been a bunch of egregious statements, but I want to address the most egregious statement. Saying Halliburton is better than a second option on a Western Conference Finals team is beyond idiotic. It's beyond ridiculous.
Okay.
And it screams silly, right?
Okay. Let me address that real quick. I'm going to say why. One, he's a better 3-point shooter. That's not debatable.
It is debatable.
It's not debatable. It's not.
It is.
He shoots a way better three because his 3-point shots aren't catch and shoot like Brunson's are. The second thing is his defense. Halliburton has 77 steals. Brunson has 35. Halliburton is double the defender as Brunson. Bigger, better ball handling, can finish at the rim.
Better than Brunson?
He's a better basketball player all the way around.
He can finish at the rim better than Brunson.
I didn't say he can finish. No, that's the one thing Brunson does better.
He's not a better ball
Halliburton.
handler than Brunson. He's not more efficient than
He's
Brunson.
a better distributor than Brunson.
Says who?
Says the numbers, man. Brunson averages.
Brunson played next to Luka Doncic. If Tyrese Halliburton played next to Luka Doncic, I guarantee.
Oh, you would be seeing if Tyrese Halliburton played next to Luka Doncic, you would see. Oh, they would have been in the finals. Because the defense would have been there.
No,
they would have been.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. So just for clarity, Tyrese Halliburton's defensive rating is 116.3. That's terrible, bro.
He's better than Brunson, Freezy.
He's good at playing passing lanes, but
he's better than Brunson. He has 77 steals over a year.
His individual defense is not that great. He plays
individual defense. Matt plays team defense. He's a better.
We've overrated Tyrese Halliburton. We've overrated Tyrese Halliburton for the last 6 months, and I'm tired of it.
All right,
he's
that's
okay.
fine.
He's
all right. And so for the record, Jalen Brunson has a better defensive rating than Tyrese Halliburton.
That's fine.
It's 115. It's 115. But here's the thing, though. But here's the thing: to say that Tyrese Halliburton, if he played next to a good point guard, would be such and such is not accurate either, because Tyrese Halliburton also played next to Malcolm Brogdon and De'Aaron Fox. And are those two Luka? Nah, I'm not gonna say that. But what I will say though, for the sake of conversation and comparables, that they both played next to decent point guard.
I'm willing to make the definitive statement that if you swap Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton last year, the Mavericks don't get out of the first round. Why? Because you forget what Jalen Brunson did in that first series when Doncic was hurt for 3 games.
Tyrese is not giving you 40.
Tyrese Halliburton has not showed he can do that at all, at any level. He didn't even he wasn't even a big time scorer in college. So we overrate things we don't have and underrate everything we do have, and it grinds my gears. Tyrese Halliburton at this moment is not better than Jalen Brunson.
Put up 38.
Oh my Jesus!
Just saying.
And Paris Duggar, thank you for hold on, guys. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, "Dude, Halliburton hasn't played a meaningful game."
Yeah,
and then Trav B Ryan, thank you for the generous contribution, Trav. Halliburton got skipped by the Knicks, then got traded by the Kings instead of Fox, and then went to the Pacers and didn't win anything. Hey,
Yeah,
thank
but
you for
that's
that generous contribution, Trav.
Miles Turner was hurt. There was a lot of reasons they didn't win.
Can
I
I-
mean, that's
can I-
not all.
can I-
Luka
Luka.
Doncic was hurt, and Tyrese Halliburton carried the Mavericks.
Hold on for a
first-round
second.
victory.
Hold on for a second. If Luka Doncic doesn't play the whole regular season, the Mavericks aren't even in the playoffs just because of JB. Like that's not even
What-
like.
What was the last
on,
losing
man.
team, Jalen? I'm gonna ask you a question. What was the last losing team Jalen Brunson played for? I'll wait.
The Dallas Mavericks.
When? When did
Which
they
year?
lose?
The year that he got played off the court against the Clippers. Do you need to go watch that?
I said
Because
what
obviously you've
last
forgotten
losing
about that
team?
series.
Oh, you mean losing? You mean regular season? You mean regular season?
Right, because if he lost in the playoffs, that's not a losing team.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
won all
Okay,
through
well,
college. He's
We're
won
not
all
going to
through
general.
NBA.
So
He's
I'm
never-
going to answer the questions based upon my definitions, and then you can ask them based upon yours. The reality is, Jalen Brunson against elite defenders in the NBA got shut down and played off the court because of his lack of size. If you need to go watch that series to know about that, then you need to do that. He went against Donovan Mitchell in the Jazz series, and him and Spencer Dinwiddie ate it up. And Maxi Kleber shot the lights out in that series. Like literally, you had the best stretch five you possibly could have against the team that was a perfect.
And in that situation, this is situational.
The whole you can't just
That's
look at the
situational.
Mavericks and go, oh, the reason they won because Jalen Brunson scored 40 points. There's a lot of games where people score 40 points and they don't win. There's a lot of other things that happen in those games. No disrespect to JB. I have no. Meaning I'm not a JB hater. What I'm saying is there's things that Jalen Brunson cannot do that you are going to find out about. And because he scored 40 on Donovan Mitchell, doesn't really say much, man.
What about what he did the next series against the Suns? The Suns had a bad defense too.
He didn't really have an outstanding game like
He was
average 20.
I don't. Did you
He's
watch?
next to Luka, bro.
Oh, now
You need to
it's
start
because he's
bringing
next to
stuff
Luka.
in.
Now
You
it's because
obviously,
he's next to Luka.
Dre, you're not a Luka fan. But the reality is,
No. I am a fan of Luka. I
then
like
you got to know that Jalen Brunson's numbers are going to go down when Luka's not sitting right next to him to bail him out.
They went up. They went up when
They
Luka
went
was
up
out.
against Utah, bro.
No, they went up in the regular season when Luka was out.
Yeah,
He was
he
averaging 20
he
and 7
recovers
in the regular
100%, bro.
season
No,
without
you're
Luka.
right, 100%. No, Jalen Brunson will take. Jalen Brunson is a solid NBA point guard, 100%. And I'm not going to say that he's not. I'm not. I mean, that's the truth. The truth is, I'm not.
When Luka went out, his numbers went up and his efficiency stayed the same. Do you know how
I
hard
100%
that is
agree with that.
Dude, you know how hard it is for your usage to go up and your efficiency to stay the exact same? Like that's impressive. So
Yes,
you can't
it is.
say
That's why he
next
got
to
$100 million.
Luka. Entire man.
That's why he got $100 million. It is impressive, but I still do not see Jalen Brunson being able to. Jalen Brunson does not have a step back three. Tyrese Halliburton does. Jalen Brunson is a liability on defense because of his
He's
size.
not a liability on defense.
Yo,
Man,
bro,
come
time
on,
out.
man. The whole Clippers series, you couldn't even play him, bro.
Silly. You are grossly overrating Halliburton's defense. Because
Gross.
on ball, he's a mediocre defender on ball.
77.
Wait a minute. Who
35,
is
Halliburton? Halliburton on ball is a mediocre defender. He plays passing lanes extremely well. That's why he gets.
So what's wrong with that? Why can't we
Nobody's
just say that he does that really well on defense? What does Jalen Brunson do really well on defense? What does Jalen Brunson do very good on defense?
He plays really well team defense. That's what he
stands
does.
in the corner and guards Draymond. That's what he did.
He stays in the top 5 in charges every year.
He does get charges. Yes, he
and
does.
who does
He's very
that?
good at
Tyrese Halliburton?
No. Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
Oh,
Tyrese
okay. All
Halliburton's
right. Y'all mixing me up because
Tyrese Halliburton's great at stealing the ball. He does a really good job.
But he's an Allen Iverson type defender.
He still
ain't good.
Anticipation. He's a football player type of defender.
But he gambles a lot and he gets burnt a lot.
But you can fix that. That's
Nobody
okay.
Sure, you can fix it.
Nobody's saying Tyrese Halliburton maybe doesn't have more potential. All right. Nobody's even
fair.
saying that Jalen Brunson is Allen Iverson. What we're saying is right now in this moment, you are going to be hard pressed to prove that point that Tyrese Halliburton is better than Jalen Brunson.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
So what's the point? So what's the point of it? What are we getting at?
Well, this started with I don't even know how.
They
it
said
started.
passed on Jalen Brunson and signed. Passed on Tyrese Halliburton to sign Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. If you're drafting, you draft a guy
Yeah,
that's
that was
got a
dumb.
step back three, man. You draft Tyrese Halliburton, bro. You don't draft a 6'1" running back.
What if you replace the step back three with something else?
What's he got? What's Brunson got?
Right.
Brunson's not getting trapped this year. Brunson's going to see traps this year. He didn't see
Not
any
next to
traps
Donovan Mitchell.
No, wait. No, hold
you
on,
ain't getting
hold on.
Mitchell, bro. That shit is settled.
Hey, hold on. Before we get too excited and carried away, let's just do it one at a time. Because for one thing, I have it on tape, and it's on the Patreon where Jalen Brunson got the three whenever he wanted to against DeJounte Murray. Whenever he wanted to. Is DeJounte Murray a great defender?
Yeah, he's a really good defender. With three.
Right. All game long. The home game against the Spurs, Dallas versus San Antonio. This season, Dallas versus San Antonio in San Antonio. Jalen Brunson got the three anytime he wanted to.
Okay, and what games
Anytime.
didn't he? Because I watched pretty much I watched a lot of basketball.
But listen,
I saw a lot of games he didn't get the three he wanted.
Right. I understand what you're saying. But you mentioned step back three, right? You said Jalen Brunson didn't have
he doesn't have
right.
back freezing.
Right. You said he doesn't have a step back three, and I offer the alternative. Like, why would you use the step back three when you can use another means to get the three?
He does a pull up very well. Jalen Brunson, because he can drive so well, if he's gonna have a Kylie Lowry and a Fred VanVleet type of three ball where because he drives so well, you're gonna play off him, he's just gonna pop it. That's JB. That's what he's
right.
got.
But and also in that video, I showed the difference between the step back three and that three that you mentioned, because both are a means to get separation from the defender. That's the reason why you do the step back three. And so what I'm getting at, right. And so what I'm getting at is as far as the step back three or the dribble or the dribble pull up three. In my opinion, I don't really care as long as he can get an open look for three. Right. That's just my opinion.
But it's easier to take away the pull up, man, because if you pull up on me, it's just an easier shot to take away. That's all the reason I'm saying that. It's an easier shot to take away. Now I can press you at half court. Now I take that away from you. You know, and that's just
only did well against Utah because they were bad defenders. I want to read you off Tyrese Halliburton's point totals against Utah in the regular season. Right? Lesser defense. It's not as much pressure, and it's against these bad defenders. He had 13, 13, 15, and 14. Against those terrible defenders that you said what Donovan Mitchell did.
That's about his average, right? That's about his scoring average, right?
Right.
16. Yeah.
So if it's so easy to score against Utah.
Hold on, I see different numbers, man.
If I'm looking at 2021.
And 2022, right? And so for the record, what King Ant G said, the point totals are right, but that same Utah Jazz defense ranked 9th in the NBA in defensive rating, tied with your New York Knicks.
So
they were tied for 9th in defensive rating. They were not as bad as what people think. They got exposed.
They got exploited.
They got exposed.
Rudy got exposed.
But they were not a terrible defense though.
No, Rudy did what Rudy does. It's just that it didn't work when you're running 5 out.
Yeah.
And Jalen Brunson can get to where he wants, and he's deadly in the mid range.
But you run 5 out to get the best defender in the NBA off the floor though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the reason. It's not because they ran that all season. It's their coach made an adjustment.
But King, real quick, man.
What's up?
Okay. 17, 14, 15, 13, 13. Field goal percentage 53, 37, 58, 42, 38.
It's not bad.
He's not chucking shots. He's taking good shots. So the point I'm trying to say is now let's take his numbers, right? And let's put Luka next to him.
Luka wasn't next to Jalen Brunson when he was going off on Utah in the playoffs.
But how many games did he go off on Utah?
3 or 4. And 3 of them.
Look at the series real quick.
And 3 of them, Donovan. I'm so used to saying Donovan Mitchell's name.
Yeah.
3 of them, Luka Doncic was not playing.
Yeah, he didn't play the first 4 games.
So exactly, and Jalen Brunson had them up 2-1, 3-2-2.
They had okay, hold on, I can look at the stats right here. All
right, so wait a minute, just real quick. 41. So Paris Duggar, Thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Ducker says, he said you're not getting Donovan. He came in and hate. Sally, he talking about you, bro. He said Paris Ducker is calling
You're
you
not
out.
getting Donovan. It doesn't matter. It would have been a done deal. You know, listen, one thing about business, the longer it takes, the less likely it is, man. That's just life. Now look at JB's 3-point ball in the playoff. 1 for 3, 6 for 10, 0 for 4, 2 for 5, 1 for 7.
Right.
He shot 36%. Okay. You know, that's pretty good. But
There's
it all
more to the
came,
game than the
it all came from
shot,
that 6 for 10 game. He shot 60% from 3 when he dropped 41. He's not doing that, man.
There's more to the game than a 3-point shot. I hope you know that.
There's not. Unfortunately, basketball is not more to the game than a 3-ball shot.
Shelly, you keep moving the goalposts. You said that Tyrese Halliburton, if he was next to Luka, he would have scored them same points. I responded with Jalen Brunson was not next to Luka when he scored those points. What is your rebuttal?
My rebuttal is that Jalen Brunson is a good enough talent, which I will agree with you, Ant. He is a good enough talent to shoot 60% from 3 in an NBA playoff game. And I will stand on this as well, that Jalen Brunson is a winning player. His history says he's a winning player. He won with the Mavs. He is a winning player, and the Knicks got a good one. I just don't think he's a number 1 option or a number 2 option on an NBA championship team because of some of the skills he lacks.
Me either, but I don't think Tyrese Halliburton. I think so. Your point is not ridiculous until
Tyrese Halliburton has everything Trae Young has, except he hasn't done it yet.
No, he doesn't.
Okay,
has everything Trae Young has. He hasn't done it
yet.
How
can you say you have something but he hasn't done it yet? You either have it or you don't. You can't.
Because some players just they start. It goes back. We'll go back to Cam Reddish with this. Cam Reddish has everything. Cam Reddish has everything that you would want to see in a player for the same potential as a Tracy McGrady, but he hasn't done it. And it's the same thing when I see Halliburton. So let me throw the ball back in your court. Who is Jalen Brunson? What is Jalen Brunson? Who is Jalen Brunson going to be on the New York Knicks?
Floor general, steady pace, guy that's always an efficient shot maker, coach on the floor. I'm not looking for him to average 20. I didn't say Jalen Brunson was the second option on the championship team.
Jalen Brunson's not the savior. He's just a steadying force. That's what.
Again, I don't Sully. I agree with you all the way up until you make Halliburton the epitome of what we're looking for. Like that's where you lose me. Right. I don't disagree that Jalen Brunson is not the second option on the team. I just think that when you start comparing him to Trae Young, like that's where you lose me. Is where you lose me. I just think
I don't see a reality where Halliburton's averaging 27 or 28 points with 10 assists. I don't see that reality personally.
Yeah, me either. I don't.
Not in the Rick Carlisle system. He won't do it.
No, not in any system. Period. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Because even in that up-tempo Sacramento Kings system, he wasn't scoring those amount of points, and they were third in the NBA in pace.
It was hard to get those shots though because you had look at the people that were shooting.
They had 3-point guards.
Selly inside
Terrence
Davis
the Harrison Barnes and Rashawn Holmes.
Hold on, Selly. Inside the 3-point arc, inside the restricted area, Halliburton is not that great. He shies away from a lot of contact. His floater isn't amazing. He settles for a lot of jumpers, even though he wasn't known for his jumper coming in.
So Halliburton in 135 games has averaged 14 points and 7 assists.
Okay,
good young player. He's good. Like I don't want to like poop.
He's not a bad player. We're not saying he's bad.
So who is Tyrese Halliburton? 14 points and 7 assists and 4 rebounds a game.
Tyrese Halliburton is Tyrese Halliburton. He doesn't.
Hey, I'll tell you who Tyrese Halliburton is going to be for his career.
Okay,
I think Tyrese Halliburton is going to be Mark Jackson. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing less. Okay. Very good for a very long time. Rock steady. Never averaged 20 points a game. Maybe 15, 17, 18 points at his highest.
Which is really
on the verge of double-digit assists. And I think that's who Indiana sees him as being also, and that's why they traded for him.
Now, Freeze, let me ask you a question. Do you think that a 41% three-point shooter next to Luka Doncic would increase the productivity? Do you think he goes from a 41? Do you think his points per game goes from 14 points to 20 if he's next to Luka?
No,
he's shooting 41%.
But the widow's assist.
But he doesn't have the scorer's mentality.
You could. Everyone has a scorer's
No,
mentality.
no, that is not.
If it was not for Luka Doncic,
That's
does Dorian Finney-Smith get paid $80-70 million?
He's a 3-and-D player.
Someone has to set that shot up for him, man.
He's still
Does
a 3-and-D
Draymond have a
player.
scorer's mentality? Does Draymond Green have a scorer's mentality?
He will when he gets off the the Warriors.
Come on, man.
No,
He's leaving.
no.
That's what it says, at least.
What about
I
Ben
don't know.
Wallace? Ben Wallace had a scorer's mentality.
Tyrese Haliburton averaged 15 points and 8 assists last year, man. 15 points and 8 assists.
Good. No, listen. If we couldn't get Jalen Brunson, if we got Tyrese Haliburton, I would be happy.
Right.
But my point is, like, yeah, I just don't know if
Brunson ain't never going to average 8 assists in his career.
How do we know this?
Because he can't pass over anybody. Because he can't jump and he can't pass out of the middle.
Tell me how many assists Kyle Lowry averaged for the Raptors.
Kyle Lowry, man. Kyle Lowry. I am not a fan of Kyle Lowry or Fred VanVleet. I am not a fan of either one of them. What's
that? Like big guards?
No, I don't mind short guards. I just don't like short, fat guards.
But he's not fat. All right,
they're both fat. They're short and chubby guards that can't defend nobody, and that's why they couldn't win without Kawhi.
What?
Yep, that's my opinion.
They were playing, bro.
Lowry got weight problems
bro.
right now, bro. Lowry's got weight problems.
We talking about old Lowry. We talking about
Kyle Lowry, old or young.
Lowry.
Kyle Lowry has always been that way, though. That was the knock on him. That's what DeMar DeRozan used to call him in Toronto. But I disagree about VanVleet, though. VanVleet is in shape.
And I don't think
VanVleet is rocked up. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Both of them play good defense, and they play great defense in the finals. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it at all.
What small guard do you like, Sally?
What's the small guard like?
Yeah.
What do you mean by small? What's height?
Gotta be Trey. Gotta be Trey.
I'm not a fan of Trey Young at all, to be honest with you.
Then why'd you compare Haliburton to him?
Because of the shooting.
Hey, Sally, do you like Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah, I like Isaiah. Hold on for a second. Trey Young.
He got him.
Trey Young is a career 38% 3-point shooter. Tyrese Haliburton is a 41. That's the reason I compared both of those.
The volume is different. The volume is way different.
3-point shot. How are they getting their 3-point shots?
Well, we're going to see how Tyrese does this year because he's going to be the main guy. He's not going to be behind De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, do you like Sherman Douglas? You remember Sherman Douglas?
No, I don't remember him.
Okay. All right.
I like Spud Webb, and I like Muggsy Bogues a lot.
Oh, so they got either be really small, or like.
Nah, he's saying it because he from Baltimore.
Yeah,
Muggsy Bogues from Baltimore. I mean, come on, man.
Spud Webb too.
Yeah, I know that. That's what I said.
But I mean, we can go down the guards. You like
Kevin Durant too, right?
Oh yeah, in the water.
You like Carmelo Anthony?
Oh yeah. I like Steve Francis.
You like Steve Francis, man?
The whole DMV.
If you from the DMV, I'm rocking with you. Okay,
that's a Warren Nixon guy over here.
You like Grant Hill? Did you like Grant Hill?
Yeah.
Grant Hill from DMV. Okay.
Hey, you know I like Matt McClung, even though he's from out near Richmond. He's still
Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay, man. I think. Matt McClung, the truth, bro.
Matt McClung, bro. If Golden State mess around and cut him,
come to New York.
Crazy. Yeah, they crazy, bro.
I think they signed him for the year, though. I think.
Oh, he's there.
Nah, they signed him to an exhibit. They signed him to a camp deal.
Okay.
I feel bad for JB.
They just signed. I'm sorry. Say that again.
I was going to say, I feel bad for Jalen Brunson because all the media interviews he's been doing for the last 2 weeks is him talking about beating the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns, and nobody's talking about him joining the New York Knicks. And the entire New York Knicks fan base ain't even talking about JB right now. They talking about it. They talking about that fairy tale spider coming to New York.
Because nobody thinks Jalen Brunson's the savior, man.
But you better, because he's your floor general. You better give him that ticket. Because Jalen Brunson ain't going to – he did not come to New York.
But every floor general isn't a savior, though.
Okay, is Jalen Brunson better than Tyrese Maxey for the 76ers?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
At the moment,
yeah.
Right.
I mean,
I don't know. That's a tough question because hold on for just a second. Hold on. Let's pass the mic a little bit. You would say that Tyrese Maxey looks really good, right, with James Harden and Joel Embiid, right? How would Jalen Brunson look with James Harden and Joel Embiid? Because in my mind, and in shape, James Harden is better than Luka, right? And a Joel Embiid is better than Dorian Finney-Smith.
Oh
right,
man, that's
so if you put Jalen Brunson on that team, I would ask myself, how would he look on that team compared to Tyrese Maxey?
They would want.
I would say the dude. I think that team would win a championship almost.
They could,
right? Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because But let me ask you this, Shelly. This is just something for just to humor me. Do you like Emmanuel Quickly? He's from Baltimore area.
I do like Emmanuel. I know he's from Harvey de Grace, and I do like Emmanuel Quickly. There is so much talent that comes out of dude. There is so much talent that comes out of this area. It's not even.
Do you like Keith? Did you like Keith Bogans?
Oh yeah.
Man, dude, you such a homer, bro. Can you say no at least once?
You know who I didn't like? You know who I didn't like? Huh? No, there's some players I don't like, but majority of those players play football. Like I don't have any homer when it comes to football, So there's just a lot of football players that come out of the DMV too.
Okay.
I went to DeMatha, man. I went to high school with Brian Westbrook.
Okay.
Yeah. I went, my boys played the All-Star with the Toronto Blue Jays.
He went to Villanova.
Yeah.
Okay.
My boy Brett Cecil, he was All-Star pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays.
I remember Brett Cecil.
Yep. Yeah. I played for the DeMatha, man. So I didn't play. I played football for the DeMatha. So
okay.
The reality is,
a lot of people in the chat think you're a Celtics fan.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. And you know what the sad part is? If I had to claim a team, like 100% claim a team, it's the Wizards, and I'm not even.
Wait, you're not a Knicks fan?
I love the Knicks though. Like that's the weird thing about basketball. I don't have a fan stardom at all for the basketball. I like players. So
I mean, it is a superstar league, so I can kind of get that.
Yeah, like football, I'm a Ravens fan, but when it comes to basketball, the NBA is better when the Knicks are winning. And I got a lot of friends from Brooklyn and Queens, and we always talk Knicks basketball because nobody else wants to talk basketball. Knicks have the best fans in the NBA. There's no better fans than Knicks fans.
Right. I'm trying to tell King Angie that, bro. King Angie, man, there's no fan base better. Right?
Yeah.
Our thing is the Knicks fan base is super, super intelligent, but super emotional at the same time.
Yes.
And so what happens is, even though intellectually they can think through processes, right? Their heart won't let them do it.
Yeah.
Right? Even though Knicks fans would be like, Knicks fans can see something as simple as we need to give these young guys minutes. But then when the opportunity for Carmelo to come back, they're like, no, man, you got to sign Melo.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute. So you want to play the young kids, but you also want to bring back Melo? Are you serious? That doesn't make sense.
Knicks fans, they're it's a lot of trauma with New York Knicks fans. Right. And I think, that drives their irrational takes both ways. And the only
that's
thing
why I love it
that I have a beef with nowadays is this idea that like there's a right take and a wrong take. You feel me? Like if you don't want to fire Tibbs, that's a wrong take, right? Like if you don't think Julius Randle is dog doodle, that's a wrong. Like it's Knicks fans can jump on narratives and ride that wave to the sun go down. You know what I mean? So, and it just be emotion, man. A lot of it be emotion. We get credited with being so intelligent, but sometimes some of the stuff out here is not that intelligent.
We could talk about Frank, and we'll say Frank is trash, but he's our trash. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Right. Right. That's the perfect.
Yeah, y'all will defend. Analogy, you will defend. 100%, you will defend no matter what your people.
Well, except when a guy lets you down in the moment, and
except
he has
Julius Randle.
One bad moment, and we never let him live it down.
Yeah,
right. Julius Randle gives a thumbs down, and people get that tattooed on their chest, bro.
Yeah,
I hate Randle.
It's just
Charles Smith, bro. They hate Charles Smith. John Starks 2 for 18 in Game 7. They hate John Starks, bro.
Yeah.
You come on, bro.
It's a winning city, man. New York people expect to win, and I appreciate that, and I respect that. Like, it ain't like going to a Wizards game, bro. You go to a Wizards game, that's just going out for lunch, man. Ain't nobody.
Now, I know that. I go to Wizards games, bro. I go to when the Knicks are in town. I go to DC to the Wizards game, bro. And I swear, and I say this all the time, but people don't understand what I'm getting at. When you go see the Wizards game, there may be in the whole house, there may be 10 bad seats in the house.
Yep.
Right. In the whole place, in the whole place, there may be 10 bad seats, right? But when you go in, it's like watching an opera, bro. It's almost like it's not as good as Madison Square Garden, but it's up there. Like you go to other places like Atlanta, it's an indoor stadium, right? Charlotte Spectrum Center, it's just an indoor joint, right? Miami, it's just an indoor joint. But when you go to DC, you're like, dog, whoever built this thing, they did their thing in there. And I can't for the life of me figure out why DC fans don't go to games, because the experience, if you're a Wizards fan, should be dope.
Because there's nobody from DC is like Manhattan. Nobody's from Manhattan.
Well,
right? Unless you're from Harlem.
Well.
I mean, you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of transplants. There's a lot of people
Right.
that come from. It's an international city, so you got people from all over the place.
Right, but
I
then
was at
you
the
go
Wells-
into Wells. What about Wells Fargo Center? You been to Wells Fargo Center?
That's where I go to
Philly?
watch. That's where I go to watch basketball games.
Okay.
I go up to Philly. I don't go into DC. So because I
But
love Philly. I like Philly a lot more.
Philly is crazy, bro.
Oh, I
Philly
love
it's like
I
Eagles and
love it.
Giants playing each other, bro.
Love
It's
it.
like if you go into a Philly, if you're a Knicks fan, it's like cats and dogs trying to get along, bro.
Love it. That's
You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
And David L says Hornets not better. I know. We've been at Spectrum, bro. Well, what I did was I bought a new phone. Like I had some recordings of a thing, and I posted it online. But I got a new phone and I lost the stuff. But bro, Spectrum Center, bro, man. Look, it was like, even though it's purple and teal in there, when we went. When we brought, bro,
It's a small
it was
gym.
orange and blue everywhere you go.
It's a small place too. There's always a good seat. I went up there and saw him play the Mavericks.
Wow.
And saw him, Luka Harden, Joel Embiid. That was a great game. And I didn't have a bad seat in the place, man. There wasn't a bad seat in the place.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And so I guess what I'm getting at, bro, no matter where I go, Knicks fans take over, bro.
Yes, they do.
Miami Heat fans were so hot because they had on their lollipop uniforms, like the pink and baby blue, whatever. And it was so much orange and blue in there. People were mad, bro.
Oh, yeah.
People
South
were
Florida
mad.
full of people from New York.
They were like, man.
How about that, Freezy? I got a question about that, Freezy. You
What's
noticed in the last few years when we were terrible, there've been like a ton of Heat fans at the Garden, like a ton of them.
Right.
And I just didn't understand where they just came out of nowhere.
Yo, it's bandwagon riders, bro.
Yep, from the big three. A lot of bandwagons.
Bandwagon riders, bro. That's what it is. I'm telling you, we went to a game. This might be 2017, maybe. One of my babies was graduating, right? And so, they be talking to man. We go to the game and then all this stuff, and we get in there, and people are pouting like, the Knicks are here, and my champagne is not chilled enough. Yeah, bougie mother. I'm talking about in the suites now. I'm not talking about down. You talking about with the people. I ain't talking about with the people. I'm talking about up in the suites, right? And my champagne, they talking down to Miss Loretta. Miss Loretta was working both our suites, right? Like, you know how you go to a suite, you have a chef in the middle of the suites. She working, making stuff, she'll say stuff on that side and on this side. Miss Loretta, hi, my name is Miss Loretta. I'm gonna be cooking for y'all this afternoon, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Miss Loretta, how you doing? Blah, 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 all this. They over here, ma'am, our champagne. And I'm like, look at these motherfuckers. Look at these jokers, bro. Angie, would you please tell your people when they go to a basketball game, it's about sports, bro. It's not about champagne.
Yeah, that's DC.
Edgy people down there like, but we ordered the fish. We didn't want the sausage dog rack. What? At the time I was eating meat, right? At the time, I'm like, I ain't never seen a hot dog buffet before. Y'all ever seen a hot dog buffet where you walk up to a hot dog, you got your brats, your hot dogs, they got all the different types of hot dogs and sausages, and you can get with,
That's a bit much. How much sausages can you eat?
It's not. Take your choice, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like they got the different type of breads and stuff, and whatever. But yeah, man. And they on the other side, we didn't want the side, man. We wanted. Can we speak to a manager? Really, Miami Heat fans?
Miami Heat fans about the actual game. Is just random.
Y'all playing the Knicks, and you worried about y'all wanted fish cooked in front of y'all.
But you want to know why this happens?
Y'all rival.
Because you can see the game a second later on your phone. You go back to like the 9. I used to go to the Capitol Center outside DC when I was a kid, see the Bullets.
Right.
And you couldn't see the game. Like you didn't watch the game. You missed the game. That's it. There's nothing on your phone where you can hit a replay.
Right.
So they missed the slam dunk. They don't care because they're on their phone. Like 2 minutes later, they're on their phone. Oh, I'm sounding old, but that's the way it is.
I felt like, and maybe it's because of where I live, and maybe it's not the same for everybody, but I feel like, man, going to college games is better anyway. Like
University of Maryland games are
like not the XL Center in Hartford, but if you go to UConn games in Gamble Pavilion, against the East team, like the atmosphere in there, it's crazy.
You talking about like a old Georgetown? Not name.
I've been Georgetown games,
and like the floor seats be like maybe $600, $700 for floor seats, and like you get down there and like the atmosphere, you don't get that feeling at NBA games, unless it's the playoffs. It's a little different atmosphere.
That's because people at NBA games ain't drunk,
right? Yeah.
College games, University of Maryland games, you can ask a lot of people. When University of Maryland's got some crazy. Go look it up on the YouTube.
I know. I saw them play. I saw Maryland play NC State at football in Raleigh at their state. I forget what the name of the stadium is, bro. But where NC State plays basketball, bro, is beautiful in there, right? And the football stadium is like right across from it. Man, it's beautiful over there, bro. But the Maryland crowd came, and I bet you they broke their horns before they left. Everybody, just Maryland Terrapin fans, just blowing horns and all type of stuff. I'm like, yo, they probably was drinking the whole way down.
Yep, everybody's drunk.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Y'all live in a good country for sports too, man. The DMV in the South, like that North Carolina DMV area, man. College, crazy,
bro, crazy.
You know, so
crazy, bro.
Georgetown's definitely got some fun. Georgetown's my college team. That's what I grew up watching because of Allen Iverson.
Man, Georgetown is terrible.
Yeah, Georgetown. Did they fire Pat yet?
No, they changed his whole coaching staff though, and they actually got a lot of nice recruits coming in this year. So they should be better. But they've been. I mean, I think they lost.
Had that center from the Heat. He's playing for the Heat. What's his name? Number 77 for the Heat.
Yurtseven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've just been
repping Georgetown.
Okay.
Kevin Heriter's repping Maryland.
Yeah. And so Atlanta thought he was going to be Clay, but he's not.
No.
They took a gamble on it, and so Sacramento is probably trying to replicate that model also, but Herter won't be that for them. I think Herter is something different. Even though I think Herter is a 3-and-D guy, I don't think he's going to be. His 3 is not going to make him worth giving him a big contract. Like he can shoot.
They paid him already. I think
he got paid.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is he won't be like 23 points a game.
No,
and he won't be elite lockdown defensively.
No,
but he'll be good.
Yep,
he'll be a good complementary piece.
He could be Bobby Portis.
He could be like a French starter or the first guy off the bench, 6'7".
Like maybe a Courtney Lee, maybe.
Yeah, I see more Courtney Lee or
he's big.
I don't know. Who
Kevin Herter 6'8", man, 6'9".
Yeah, I know.
He gonna get on the court.
Yeah, he gonna get on because he does a lot of stuff.
Herter?
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff, man. Bro.
Herter, I thought he was like 6'7".
Yeah, 6'7", 6'8". Yeah.
I thought he was bigger than that.
I think he's 6'7". I think
Yeah.
he's 6'7".
6'7". He's in that range.
But he can handle like a guard some against some defenses. He can shoot on some nights. He can create his own. But he definitely can defend and is a willing defender. Now, is he elite? I'm not going to say that. What I would say is if the Knicks had him, Quentin Grimes probably wouldn't play. I would say that. And I'm not knocking Grimes because I want Grimes to be better than him. I want Grimes to be better than him ultimately. You know what I'm saying? But that dude's 6'7" with a long wingspan, and Quentin Grimes is 6'4". You know what I'm saying? So Herter can guard some ones, twos, threes.
How tall was Mike Dunleavy?
6'9".
Oh, he was 6'9". He was that big.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a comp. Like I don't.
Kevin Herter's a better athlete than Dunleavy.
Yeah, definitely a better athlete.
Yeah.
Wasn't it
Dunleavy was more skilled. Dunleavy's father, Mike, was a coach in the NBA too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was mean. His father looked like he was mean.
Yeah, his father looked like he would
on the sideline.
Go to the car right now.
Yeah,
yeah, man. Hey, Mike Dunleavy was intense, bro.
Mike Dunleavy does have like a coach's kid face.
Yeah, he does.
Are you talking about? Yeah. But ultimately, man, with the Knicks, man, if we say that, so for instance, if we say that Donovan's not coming, right? What's the alternate plan? Is it this kid Cam Reddish? Is he the secret weapon?
No.
I think they're gonna start Grimes before they go that route.
So do you start Grimes and RJ together? You think about the level of athleticism 1, 2, and 3. Brunson,
the lack thereof.
Grimes, and RJ.
Flat foot.
Yo, Selly got it. Yo, man.
The saving grace for Grimes is that he's great on guarding.
Yeah, his on-ball defense
on point of attack.
Yeah, his on-ball defense, and I'm going to say this, and Knicks fans are going to think I'm such a homer, but his on-ball defense in a small sample size was better than Marcus Smart. And I know people are going to say, no, it can't be. Yes, it is. Data supports it. Don't argue it in a small sample size. This dude's defense is better than Marcus Smart. Now, Quentin Grimes is not on anybody's scouting report. You don't game plan for Quentin Grimes the way you do for Marcus Smart. You run certain offensive sets because you know Marcus Smart is on the floor. Quentin Grimes is an afterthought. What happens when Quentin Grimes gets on people's scouting reports and people game plan? You won't see those same numbers, right? So take what I said with a grain of salt, but take it as information only.
Yeah.
But don't start saying that I'm saying that this kid is better than Marcus Smart because he's not.
Yeah,
not yet.
About that freeze, like I very rarely seen guards chase Trey Young consistently off the pick and roll.
All night.
If they do game plan against him, those screens will be a lot harder. They'll be a lot more deliberate. They'll be set up. Trey will set him up into those screens more consistently. But
you know who else does that though?
Who? Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. That's the reason why an average athlete can defeat great defenders because he knows how to navigate screens, which is a lost art, right? Some guy he knows has to have played in the NBA and taught him that at an early age for him to be that advanced.
Maybe
his dad.
The other thing too is guards now are so athletic that they forget about the fundamentals of the game, and what Jalen Brunson does, and he has it in spades, is he sets you up with fundamental moves that defensive coaches teach you to look for. They're like, yo, when he opens his hip, that means he's going this way. Jalen Brunson shows you that goes the opposite way. Now you have to recover. And that gives him that 4 feet of space to do things like get his 3-pointer off or drive to the basket and finish without a defender on his back. Because Because in my opinion, anybody in the NBA can finish over a big. Once you get to the NBA level, anybody can do it. It's just about the other defenders that are around you when you attempt to get your shot off, right? RJ Barrett struggles with it all the time, right? Not the one guy in front of him. It's the guys on his back.
Help.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the help defense, yeah. RJ Barrett struggles with that all the time. RJ Barrett's struggle is he's explosive horizontally. If RJ Barrett was explosive vertically, then you would see him finish better. Yeah, because if you notice, RJ Barrett gets his shot blocked a lot.
He gets RJ Barrett, even if he doesn't have the explosive first step, he's so crafty. He'll get the step and a half needed to finish because he can shield off one guy, but he can't shield off the help.
Right. It's like King Angie. Who's the best receiver, Michael Irvin or Randy Moss?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's not even close.
I'll say
who's better, Michael Irvin or Randy Moss?
I'll go Randy Moss. I ain't seen Michael Irvin.
Randy Moss, best wide receiver in the history of the NFL.
Right,
I don't know about that,
but
yes.
But the thing about Michael Irvin,
like Jerry.
Right,
no one's better than Randy Moss.
But the thing I'm getting at is the difference between a Terrell Owens, Michael Irvin, Anquan Bolden type receiver, and a James Lofton, Randy Moss type receiver is if you bump Randy one time, he's off his route. If you're quick enough to bump Randy, he basically out of the play. If you can bump him, be physical with him, right? But the thing is trying to do it. They're too quick and fast and long for you to do it, right? But Terrell Owens can get bumped by linebackers and corners and stay on a route and catch the ball in traffic. And so what we're talking about, the difference between John Morant and Jalen Brunson is John Morant is so fast that it's difficult to bump him because he's so explosive and quick. But Jalen Brunson,
it's like comparing Marvin Harrison to Randy because Marvin is so fundamental. His fundamentals are like practically
and he was
perfect. Lightning
quick too, bro. I think he was. Yeah. I think he was.
But as he slowed
down,
as he slowed down, as he aged and became more of a possession receiver, his fundamentals were just on another level where he could just still eat.
And the rules changed. Like
and the rules, you couldn't mug anybody.
I mean, but he was eating. He was eating when the rules were garbage. Like, he was holding.
His career was going into anyway. It was going into where they were calling more penalties. Like
right?
Like Jerry Rice
flagged you to death.
Yeah,
football games used to be 4 hours long because every time you look around, it was a flag on the field. It was crazy. It was crazy. But it's like the difference between comparing Megatron and Randy Moss. Like when I asked King Angie who was the better receiver, Megatron or Randy Moss, King Angie, who would you say? Megatron or Randy Moss?
I'm a Randy Moss fan, man. I'm gonna say Randy Moss.
What? Are you serious?
Like I grew up a quasi Vikings fan when I was a kid because that in the purple jersey.
That's because you play video games, bro.
Yeah, man. That's my football Michael Jordan.
It's like comparing like a guy that's like one trick pony, but that one trick is just
is one great trick.
It's almost unstoppable
in football, and I love Randy Moss. I ain't even understand that. I just love Randy Moss.
But if we're talking about everything that a wide receiver can do, Megatron can do it.
Megatron,
bro. If you want him to block, he could block.
He was a tight end, bro.
If you want to jump
he was bigger than Randy Moss.
A lot bigger.
He was bigger. He was 6'5", 239. Randy Moss was 6'4", 206.
If you want
Randy Moss has hands on it.
Right.
There's some catches Randy Moss has made that not many wide receivers are making.
And right. And he was on a team where he had the third best hands. Randy Moss behind Chris Carter and Jake Reed. People forget about Jake Reed, bro.
The Vikings days. You're talking about the Viking days.
Yeah, okay. Man.
I'm thinking Randy Moss. I'm thinking Tom Brady days.
Oh, okay.
That's where I'm. You think of the Culpepper bombs,
right?
When he just had the seam routes.
There's just some guys I'm never gonna pick against, like Randy Moss, Emmitt Smith, and Derek Jeter. Like those three.
Oh, Derek, who? Did you say Derek Thomas?
Listen. This is like
that's your.
He said Derek Harper, man. He said Derek Harper.
This is like an man, because my father was a big Cowboys fan, and all over the house was Emmitt Smith. So growing up, that number 22.
Hey, shout out to Pops, man. God bless Pops, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pops, man.
Derek Jeter, the greatest. I'm not objective when it comes to those guys. So I put that disclaimer out in the beginning.
But King Angie, the analogy that I'm making is that dudes play point guard different ways, right? Dudes play point guards different ways, bro. Like for instance, John Stockton was as physical as a point guard could possibly be, bro. You talking about back screen? Man, I saw him back screen Derek McKee, and Derek McKee missed the rest of the game, bro. I'm talking about the 6'2" point guard, John Stockton out of Gonzaga. He back screened Derek McKee was 6'10". He was basically Charles Smith for the Pacers without all the bad stuff, right? Back then, every team had like a 6'10" dude that could defend 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, like a Robert Horry when he was young. Every team had that type of guy, like a dude 6'10", probably the second or third best athlete on the team. If your point guard was going crazy, they'll throw him on the point guard for a little bit, not to shut him down, but just to mess up the looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude getting any way he wants to on the floor. Throw Derek McKee out there on him. This dude getting out on him. Throw Charles Smith on him. You know what I'm saying? Throw such and such out there on him. Right? But what I'm getting at is this. I think Jalen Brunson thrives in New York not because of what he is deficient at, right? But because when he gets to New York, the guys that he's going to play with, his game fits right into their hands. And I'm talking about the pick and roll. I'm talking about the Spanish pick and roll. I'm talking about Julius Randle catching the ball on the run as opposed to in a spot-up position. I'm talking about R.J. Barrett catching the ball in a one-on-one situation where the big has already committed to the pick and roll, and now R.J. Barrett, all he has to do is finish on somebody his size. Right? Or Mitchell Robinson taking on the Rudy Gobert role, you know what I'm saying, where he started getting touches in the paint, and now he shoots 70% from the floor, but now he does that instead of on 5 shots, he does that on 10 shots. Right? It's these little things that when you watch Jalen Brunson play, it's not about Jalen Brunson scoring 40 a game. It's about Jalen Brunson getting people the ball in an offense that the Knicks have already been running for 2 seasons. The high screen pick and roll, they ran it the 7th most amount of times. Y'all know the numbers. I keep telling y'all that every day. They were 28th. They were 28th in efficiency. They were 6th in time of possession in that pick and roll. And now that you add Jalen Brunson to it, Jalen Brunson can be the maestro in that pick and roll that Alec Burks and Kemba Walker wasn't. Right? Jalen Brunson can get to his spots on the floor wherever he wants through craftiness. Kemba Walker couldn't do it because his knees were shot. I don't even think Kemba Walker probably passed the physical, bro. Because when I went back and watched Kemba, there's a channel on YouTube, and it says Kemba Walker pick and roll. Right? Watch that video and watch how Kemba Walker's man gets screened hard. And by the time Kemba Walker turns the corner, his defender is right back into play. So Kemba Walker, and this is with the Celtics. Kemba Walker, like who's the dude number 27 for Boston?
Tice.
Tice caught a dude napping and screened the hell out of him. Right? Screened the hell out of him. By the time Kemba Walker got around Tice, the defender was back into play. And that's what we ran this year for the Knicks, right? And we're saying, well, RJ was inefficient. Bro, we ran these plays over and over and over and over and over, and we ran it with dudes that are not pick and roll maestros. With Jalen Brunson, you're getting the pick and roll maestro. Am I saying he's going to shoot 40% from 3? No. Am I saying he's going to dominate in the playoffs? No. Am I saying, or am I suggesting that he's going to make players around him better? Yes. And that's something that you can't measure with statistics and stuff.
Are they better, Freezy? That's going to be the question.
So
I think so.
I'm in a little crisis, and it's time. I have to admit something. I hope the chat don't kill me. I hope Knicks fans don't burn me at the stake. But
bro, we got torches and pitchforks, bro. So be careful.
And it's why I've held this back for so long.
Oh boy.
R.J. Barrett and Obi Toppin is just kind of making the cut for me. Right? I don't believe in any of these young dudes.
Thank you.
On the Knicks.
Wait.
Thank you.
Who do you not? Who, you believe in RJ and Obi, and that's it? Is that what you're saying?
RJ,
He
Or-
said he don't believe in none of them.
Oh, okay.
Obi is kind of making that cut for me. Because I just think Obi is so versatile in what he can do. I'm just very intrigued at seeing him. You know, if he has more to his game.
He's a real one. That's why you like Obi, bro. You like his pops. You like him. He was in the
Like,
slam dunk contest. He's a real one, bro.
I want to see it with Obi. But when it comes to like Mitchell Robinson, decent big, Quickly, Grimes, McBride, Cam, like they're not. I look around the league and get jealous because our young guys. I see a bunch of decent role players. I don't see
star.
And they don't have to be, right? But when I'm thinking about our future, because even though I believe in RJ, I don't think RJ is gonna be that number one type of dude. And again, he have to be like I think if RJ is a strong number two at his prime, like as a number 3 pick, like that's a successful pick, right? 'Cause it's hard to find number 2 options. They don't grow on trees. So, but these other guys, I'm just not sold on. I'm not sold on. I'm not like when I think about them, I don't get excited.
Okay.
Are the New York Knicks the Sacramento Kings?
Well, let me say this. Let me say this real quick because we got a poll out there. We have a poll, and I said once we get to 150 votes, we'll discuss the topic. And right now, the winner of the poll is what if RJ Barrett busts at 57%. So the topic we'll address next is what if RJ Barrett busts. Now I'm gonna ask you guys not to spoil it. Let me go use the restroom. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Just stay in your bag. You stay in your bag, King Angie. But don't address that. Or what if RJ Barrett busts topic come on? Don't do that. Let me do that. Let me moderate that. Go ahead. Get in your bag though. Okay, I'll be right back.
Hey King, are the Knicks the Sacramento Kings, bro? Like, cause what you're saying, De'Aaron Fox, JB, right? That's equal. Who has the better 1-2? De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis. Are the New York Knicks having a better roster than the Sacramento Kings?
Well, I'll preface this by saying I don't think Sacramento's going to be terrible next year.
We don't think the Knicks are going to be terrible.
Right. So, but I want to preface this by saying, like, when I'm talking about Sacramento, like, I'm not.
Sacramento's not in the playoffs, so
I don't think they're going to be a terrible team.
That
number 2 option, that's tricky. Do I think Randall or RJ can be better than Sabonis? Absolutely. I don't think that's a far fetch at all. I don't think Sabonis is this great player.
Well, which one?
But
which version of Randall?
Right. It gets tricky. And does
Sabonis is a beast.
No,
yeah, he's a solid player. Absolutely, he's a good player. But he's like a fringe all-star, just like Julius is a fringe all-star.
But like, I don't think it's far-fetched that Julius or RJ are better than him next year. I don't think that's far. Right now, this moment, looking off of last year, I would say Sabonis is the more established player between the 3. Like he's the if you're
he's the most consistent. Like
is De'Aaron Fox better than Jalen Brunson?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, do you think De'Aaron? This is one thing I'll give De'Aaron Fox. He's the fastest ball handler in the NBA.
If we're keeping it to statistics, De'Aaron's better. But if we're talking possible straight impact,
De'Aaron Fox,
Jalen might have more of an
John
impact.
Wall with the ball. That is insane. De'Aaron Fox is faster than John Wall.
But that hasn't really affected winning.
That's why Halliburton only scored 15 a game, man.
Him and Jalen Brunson, I think that's a toss-up. I think it depends on what you like in a basketball player. Like Sully, I understand why you would say Fox, because just having a conversation with you, I
Because
think I
Fox
have an
is
idea of the type of basketball player.
24 again.
Like
This is I play basketball the same way AAU's played. It's a turnover game, bro. NBA basketball comes down to two things: turnovers and free throws. That's it. Everybody shoots 32%. Everybody. It comes down to free throws and turnovers. That's the same way an AAU game is. Press them, press them, press them. Whoever turns the ball over the most loses. If the talent's equal,
Only difference though is in the NBA, it's much harder to turn a team over by pressing because the ball handling is so much better.
Right. You got to play. This is why we go back to the Halliburton thing.
And the spacing is better. So if you press and you mess up, that's a layup.
Yeah,
but they press the hell out of you in the playoffs, though. You do get pressed in the playoffs.
Maybe
so,
not.
But we're talking
Fox
about
is not better than Brunson. Okay, I don't like Fox shot. Just reading the chat, we're just killing time. So I just thought I'd throw something out there.
But when we're talking about the playoffs, there's pre rotations. These teams have been scouted for a billion times over in playoff scenarios. Like everyone knows what each other is running at that point.
You can't press an NBA team. If somebody is pressing your NBA team and is successful, like
that means Frank Ntilikina is your point guard.
Yeah,
everybody. I mean, during the playoffs, everyone meets you at half court. You can't let any NBA team walk the ball up. Well, you can't.
But it's not a full court press, man.
No, it's not full court, but you're getting
that token pressure.
Yeah, it's not real pressure.
My thing is NBA basketball is won at the free throw line and at the turnover. In the box score, the team that shoots the best free throws and does the least amount of turnovers usually wins the game.
I mean, yeah, that's
but the question to that, because there's an underlying issue to that, is that just because your team is a better free throw shooting team, or is that because you're fouling out some of the other team's best players, or them being in foul trouble creates in-game situations?
Yep. Yeah, that's how you arrive to the number in the box score is why we watch the game. But the box score at the end of the game, the team that shoots the worst free throws and has the most turnovers usually loses.
Right, and that is the New York Knicks.
But
so the Knicks were 28th in free throw percentage or something, 26th or something like that.
You probably lost a lot of games by 3 or less.
Yeah, a lot of games by 10 or less. Definitely
10 or less. Yeah,
definitely. And not saying that one free throw is gonna dictate whether a team loses by 3 or 10. But what happens is when you miss free throws down the stretch and you have to foul the other team, they get to stretch their lead because they're making free throws. So it looks like they blew you out, but it was actually a close game. Now you got to shoot threes and miss, and they get long runouts and make layups on the other side. So it's like what should have been a one possession game is King Angie, like how we lost to Memphis. Remember we had the 1 point lead against Memphis. Like we came up, we were down 8. We had the 1 point lead to Memphis. Alec Burks comes down, clanks a 3. John Morant runs down a long rebound, catches it full speed. And as soon as he gets that rebound, we already know it's a dunk. You know why? Because John Morant caught a basketball headed the other way full speed. Yep. Who on the Knicks is chasing down John Morant in the open court?
Nobody.
Only quickly.
No, not even him.
Not even him. There you go. Nobody.
Look, I don't know if this makes sense. You guys can tell me if it don't make sense. But I think missing free throws can lose you a game.
Right.
I don't know if making free throws can win you a game. Like I think it takes a little more than because
I know James Harden won a lot of games for the Rockets, shooting a ton of free throws.
That was yes, man. Like some of them calls.
I mean, but also like Embiid shoots a ton of free throws, which also helps them set their defense.
That's how they beat us. Remember, they kept giving. You remember the first game? Mitch actually shut Joel Embiid down. Y'all remember that? The first time we played the Sixers?
He shot terribly.
Yeah, because a big bulked up Mitch, athletic Mitch, wouldn't let him get what he wanted. Right? And then we played them the second time, and every time Mitchell Robinson moved, they blew the whistle. Remember that? Joel Embiid cried. Every time Joel Embiid cried, the whole time, hey, he killing me out here. That's why Carl Anthony Towns punched him in the mouth. You remember Cat punched him. all
that was
crying.
that was years of rage behind that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, all that crying. You all that whining.
It's the
and
same
crying.
thing in football, man. Whoever gets the most first downs usually wins the game.
Usually wins the game. Yep.
Yeah,
It's all these little. Look at the box scores this year, King.
It's little battles.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
But
you
the
know,
team that shoots the 3 ball well usually wins too. So.
Right, because
yeah,
say your team goes 16 for 20 from the free throw line, and the other team goes 14 for 21. Like,
Right.
not really gonna win or lose you the game when it's that.
When
like,
it's that close.
Right, like unless you're just like terrible.
Because the number of free throws, free throws made are about the same.
Right.
One team made 16, the other team made 14.
but that is 2 points that you have to make up.
Right, but that only matters if the game is close.
And that's 2. So if you only score 100 points a game, that's 2%. So you got to think of it like, break it down with percentages. If you had 35 free throw attempts and made 19 of them, and I had 22 and made 14 of them, that's 5 points.
Right.
5 points is a quarter. You play an entire quarter to have a discrepancy of 5 points.
That's what the Miami Heat usually does to us, bro. When the Knicks play the Heat, they always
Butler.
win a free throw. They get the free throw advantage, and when they don't, we beat them.
If I was an NBA coach, that's the game I would try to win first. It's like, I want to draw the most fouls, I want to make the most free throws, and I want to turn the ball over the less. Like,
unfortunately, we have 2 of the worst free throw shooters for their position as starters. R.J. Barrett is a terrible free throw shooter for his position, and Mitchell Robinson is a terrible free throw shooter, period.
And down the stretch, Julius Randle was terrible as well.
Choke City. Right.
So
and you know who else is unclutch? Alec Burks.
Oh yeah.
Alec Burks was.
Can't pass the
remember?
ball.
You remember the Phoenix game? We were up by 2. All he had to do was make 2 free throws. We'll be up by 4. Remember, we made the first one, and everybody's like, "Oh boy." All Alex Burks has to do is make this one, and the game is over. He clanked it, hit it back iron. The ball was headed straight to him. He didn't try to go get the rebound. Right? Phoenix got it. He lost track of Cam Johnson in traffic. Right? Cam Johnson throws up a 3 and wins the game. Oh, I'm sorry. However it goes, I think we were up by 2, and he can make the free throw, and it'd be a 3-point game.
Yeah.
And if they make it, they'll go to overtime. But Cam Johnson banked the 3 in, and Cam Johnson finished that game with 38 points. How does a dude have 35 points, right? 35 points, and nobody pick him up in transition? Yeah, man. I'm sick to my stomach, bro. I've been watching Knicks games for too long, bro.
I don't know. I don't know how we had Burks as the inbounder, but he's the worst inbounder in the NBA.
Yeah,
like the whole year, and we would just have him inbound.
I don't know how Tibbs don't run inbound play. You know how Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown get a lot of points, bro. The coaches call. Brad Stevens used to do this. I remember when Jason Tatum used to struggle, he used to run his best sideline or best baseline out of bound play for Jason Tatum every time, and Jason Tatum would get open looks, and get Jason Tatum going, to get him in rhythm, to get him going. Because Jason Tatum was that guy that if things didn't go his way, he used to drop his head like, oh man, my shot ain't going. And I remember one time Brad Stevens went to call the timeout and hugged him. And I was like, what is this? NBA coach hugging a player? But now look what Brad Stevens is, and now look what Jason Tatum is.
You know who drew up some good out of bounds plays? And again, Knicks fans, I might get some death threats tonight, but Jeff Hornacek ran some.
Yeah, he was excellent, bro.
Out of bounds plays.
Yeah, he was excellent, bro.
Doc Rivers is really good at it.
Yeah.
Jeff Hornacek was excellent at a lot of stuff. I think
he got a fair shake.
Nah, he just didn't run enough triangle for Phil.
Like I think with better talent, Jeff Hornacek would have had a better showing.
I think if he would have fired Kurt Rambis, if he'd have fired
what was
Kurt
Rambis even there for? God, oh my God,
he was Mark Jackson, the head coach to the New York Knicks right now. Like, I don't understand why Mark Jackson's not the head coach.
He doesn't want to soil his legacy as a coach.
No, nobody. See, like,
blackball.
Think Mark Jackson should be a head coach
because he put together the Warriors.
No other franchise in the NBA wants Mark Jackson as a head coach, but we need to make him our head coach.
Because I don't know why he's not. He put together the Warriors.
I think Mark
He
Jackson.
established the culture, but X's and O's, he's not.
Yeah, like
that guy.
So
I think
all these other
Mark
coaches
Jackson.
that
Mark
have
Jackson
blemishes is
Warriors
okay to
ain't
coach.
running nothing but the old Bulls offense. Basically, they run
I
the
don't-
triangle from the 3-point line.
They run
Yeah.
a lot of the Spurs.
I don't
offense.
They
run
run
a lot of.
pop.
Ironically,
I forget about that.
Ironically,
Curry's pop.
ironically, that offense is called Spur.
Yeah.
Some of that Spur offense, so you get a Spur, you get a dude at the free throw line extended, Draymond Green, and he looks to either corner to check the corners and fake the passes and navigate defenders. And sometimes he'll get a wide open dunk at the rim because people are so busy scrambling trying to cover a man, and they'll just leave the rim unprotected. He'll just go in there and dunk. Like
a lot of the Warriors is just misdirection.
Yeah,
Backdoor
man.
cuts.
And timing with the misdirection.
Well, I know they play the triangle from the 3-point line instead of the 2-point line. I know they definitely do that. So
They run a lot of, like, when they do go to traditional pick and roll, you see a lot of Suns, late 2000 Suns.
You
and
know,
then you see, and then but Steve Kerr was the GM of the Suns at the time.
And what they reinstituted, I think, was their Achilles heel. They didn't have a slasher, right?
Oh,
When they didn't have a dude at the 3 that could slash, and now that they have Wiggins back, I think that opens up everything.
They lost that with
because
Harrison
you have
Barnes.
to be cognizant of the lob. Like you have to Draymond at the free throw line with the lob to Andrew Wiggins open up threes on that weak side corner. Like that man in that space can't sag too close to the box to take away the three. I mean, to take away the lob and cover the corner at the same time.
They lost that when Iguodala got old, because Iguodala would have been that guy that would like be the hybrid 5, and he would come off the dunker spot and catch a lob too.
Yeah,
like
you think they're going to miss Gary Porter Jr.?
Yeah,
oh, Gary would. You
said both. You put both names together. Otto Porter and Gary Payton.
Gary Porter.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting tired, man. Yeah, I put them both together. Gary Porter. You think they're going to use Gary Payton Jr.?
I think the moves they made were pretty good. They got Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, they got
DiVincenzo. Yeah, that's a sleeper pickup right there.
And
that's a really good move.
And listen, Kuminga is going to get a lot of minutes this year.
Yeah,
so he could take that, like, because he could step in on the defensive end. Because Gary Payton III was a great defender, so I think Kuminga can.
I think Otto Porter was a great defender too. Otto Porter could defend 3, 4s, and 5s. Small ball 5s. I mean,
I just believe the Warriors is just going to find that they always find the right pieces.
They got a guy. They signed a center. I forgot the name of the dude they signed.
He's a stretch 4 or 5.
Yeah,
pretty good defender. He was up
the rookie dude in the draft. What's the rookie dude they got? They signed him as a free agent. He been balling ever since. He balling in the summer league
from Purdue, right?
Yeah. God dog it. What's his name?
I know exactly what you're talking about. The big man.
Yeah. They
Williams.
like him already.
Trevion
Williams. Yeah, they like him already. That's why Warriors fans are like, bro, we like Mac McClung, but this dude right here might be the next.
And you got Wiseman coming back, right?
Yeah.
I think
you know who they signed? They signed JaMychal Green.
He's
gonna be a solid. He's gonna be a solid piece for them.
Yeah, but the only thing is Otto Porter can defend 3s, 4s, and 5s.
Yeah,
JaMychal Green is probably better at 3s and 4s, maybe
and 5s when they downsize. When they downsize against other teams, because you can space the floor, and Draymond will probably take on the guarding the actual 5.
The actual 5, yeah. I could see that. I'm not getting ready to put him. I'm not getting ready to let JaMychal Green guard Mitch though, because Mitchell Robinson will work JaMychal Green in a low post. And you would think, since they're similar size, that it shouldn't be that way. But all players are built different though.
And you can't account for length, man. You can't account for length.
Is Robinson going to be better than Zubac?
Yeah.
Zubac is pretty good though.
Zubac is good, but if we're
Zubac.
counting defense and offensive rebounding,
Zubac.
And see the thing with Zubac is not his stat accumulation, because he'll accumulate stats. He's a good NBA center, right? And he's still young, right? But Mitchell Robinson does a clutch thing that you can't account for. Like in that Phoenix game that I just mentioned. Remember, we were down by 2. RJ Barrett went to the rim and threw up a absolute, It was like the brickiest of all bricks you ever seen a brick in your life, bro. I mean, even when it hit the rim, it sounded like a brick. It was like clang, clang-a-lang. And they was like, oh, it's tipped in. And it was Mitchell Robinson tipping it in amongst three people.
And you know that game, he erased Aiden. He erased it. He made the max player non-existent.
Yeah.
I'm scared with Mitch only because he was healthy all last season pretty much in a contract year.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
was he at King at G? Was he really healthy though?
I don't know. Maybe
because remember the Knicks told him to put on all that weight so he could stop breaking bones.
Yeah.
Remember that? They were like, yo, you need to get up to about 270. And he got to about 270 and looked fat and slow.
Mm-hmm.
And during the course of the season, he worked that weight off, worked the weight off. And I think he said his ideal weight is not 240 and not 280. It's about 255. And so he played at about 255, bro. And he was a difference maker, bro.
I just never seen a big man on the floor as much as he is.
You know, I want to answer that. And I want to answer that. And they tell big men now to fall completely all the way out instead of bending their knees or their ankles. Yeah. They tell that's kind of why you see Embiid.
They even tell
you see Embiid lay all the way out. Embiid would lay all the way out because he doesn't want to risk
instead of putting pressure on those bones, those small bones in the top of your foot. That's what you want to do. They tell the kids that now. Yeah, you like just fall all the way on the floor and get up.
But like isn't Mitch? And maybe I'm off base here, but like isn't Mitch to seem like the type of guy that like he sits out for every nick and bruise?
Noel? You talking about Nerves Noel?
No, he's definitely one of them type of dudes.
I've seen Mitch play hurt. I've seen Mitch play hurt a lot.
Yo, Mitch, the dude broke.
Everybody has a different pain threshold, right?
Yeah.
Nah, man, King Anthony don't do Mitch like that. Because remember, he got the concussion. Remember the dude elbowed Mitch in the face, and Mitch left the game and came back, and the doctors was trying to keep Mitch off the floor. They made Mitch sit out 2 games for concussion protocol. Remember that?
Yeah.
Mitch came out. Mitch Robinson came out and was walking like towards the dude with the hot dogs. They're like, no, Mitch, what are you doing? Get your ass, Mitch, get back.
And I want to say another thing. Mitch actually wears those same ankle bracelets that Steph Curry and them wear.
Yeah.
He's trying to avoid injury, but a lot of time those ankle bracelets, if you turn the wrong way, you'll actually bruise your foot. But instead of getting a sprain or whatever, it just hurts.
But you won't sprain it. Yeah.
Like one of my favorite Knicks. Only and not it has nothing to do with the basketball court. Like I think he's just like a funny dude. Like
he's
talking to Mitchell Robinson.
Mitch, bro.
We'd be crying, laughing. Like I think he's just a funny guy.
I remember he first got here. He was shy.
Yeah,
real shy.
He was awkward, bro. Remember how awkward Mitch was?
Yeah.
Angie, you remember that? We would be on nothing but Knicks talk about is Mitchell Robinson slow? Remember that?
Yeah.
They would hit him with the press conference questions. He would just nod his head or just say, "Yep, nope,
yep, nope." Yeah, you like, man. I remember we was talking about that one night on Nothing But Knicks. It was me, who's Mark. It was a bunch of us, bro.
You got to be politically correct too when you say it.
Yeah. Not to offend nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's you know how it is, bro. You know how it is. Yeah, man. Hey. So Dre, are you a football fan, bro?
Yeah, I'm a big football fan.
Who's your team?
The Jets, unfortunately.
Oh God!
You don't like any winners, huh, man?
I never. You know what? You know how I picked up being a Jets fan? My first football memory was the 1998 AFC Championship game, and they were up 10 against Denver.
Yeah,
and
they lost to Elway, you know. Yeah,
they
choked. Is that Chad Pennington? No,
that was Testaverde.
Oh, you know Testaverde is colorblind, bro. But how do you have a colorblind quarterback, bro? You don't even know what team you throwing to.
I didn't know he was colorblind.
Yes, he's colorblind, bro. Hey, Google it. Google Testaverde and colorblind.
Maybe he had the glasses. Maybe a contacts or something. Like you can wear those glasses.
He was playing in the 80s, so I don't know about the contacts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He was an old quarterback by that time. He was
Vinny
in his 40s by then.
So who's
anybody named Vinny is at least 50 years or older. Anybody?
They stopped lying about his age. The name Vinny. You don't see a lot of lose anymore either.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Lou
know, if
Odman
the dude's
said
named
Lou was-
Lou, that's like 50-year-old dude too.
Oh God,
Yeah, man.
PTSD name right there, Lou Ahmed.
Lou Odman, and he was starting games for us. Remember that?
Yeah,
I mean, Lance Thomas was starting games for us.
Dude,
Man.
I used to like Lance. I just think he played on like a
He
team.
hustled, but he ain't had a skill. He just hustled.
Is Mitch Robinson JaVale McGee?
No. JaVale McGee?
I think you might be
which version? Which version of JaVale McGee you talking about?
Because young JaVale was
take his
very.
JaVale was more athletic. I feel like, and Mitch is really athletic, but JaVale was more like jump athletic. Like his vertical, I think, was a little more impressive.
Yeah,
was
his
lighter.
his
Lighter,
verticality was impressive. His foot speed and his agility was awkward. Remember, he looked like a baby giraffe out there sometimes.
Yeah, he did.
It took JaVale like a lot of years to calm down
to get strong. Yeah, and then plus Mitch for his explosiveness is a very smooth athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go, I saw, and no lie, and people think I'm lying, bro, but I saw Mitchell Robinson outrun Trae Young in a foot race. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw him out.
You talking about when
Young.
that got a steal on a break and he just took off and dunked?
Yeah. And so he did it twice. He did it twice. He once he outran Trae Young and blocked Trae Young out of bounds on a fast break. And then the other time he ran past Julius Randle, who was running full speed, and caught a lob from Randle on the top of Trae Young.
Yeah. A lot of like Mitch, if he gives him the break, he looks a lot like Giannis coming down half court if no one's there. He'll take one or two dribbles and get all the way to the cup without really breaking the sweat.
You know what big be really fast? Look up high school highlights of Andre Drummond.
Yeah.
Drummond was a freak athlete.
And when he got to UConn, I remember Jim Calhoun saying that he was the fastest player on the team. Now he was on a team with Brian Boatwright, small guard, quick, Shabazz Napier. Like he was on a team with some athletic dudes, and Jim Calhoun said he's the fastest and athlete on the team. Yeah. He got to the NBA and started eating donuts or something. I don't know, but he's like plotty now.
The thing about him that made me
injuries hurt him too, man.
Yeah, but like I remember his rookie year, I remember he blocked Dwayne Wade or stripped Dwayne Wade, then he just took off on a break. I was like, oh, this dude might be something. Like it'll be him and Embiid, and then he just never really.
And you know what hurt him? I think what really hurt him is him playing with Greg Monroe when Greg Monroe was a power forward, was a center masking as a power forward.
That was a nasty fit.
Yeah, nasty. And he couldn't shoot the three. He was just 15, 18 feet jumpers. That's it.
Right. And then they made it worse when they added Josh Smith.
Oh,
remember Josh Smith
as the three.
Yeah,
that was some 90 Knicks.
90s. That was Stan Van Gundy's
Oakley Mason.
That whole thing was Stan Van Gundy's idea.
That was the Dollar Tree version of Oakley Mason and Ewing. The Dollar Tree.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, that's probably the reason why the Knicks lost that championship in '94. And I hate to start talking about old school Knicks, but Charles Oakley couldn't guard dudes on the perimeter. When you go back and watch that series, Robert Horry from three, what's the dude number? Carl Herrera for three. They murdered us because Oakley was afraid to go out and play D on the perimeter, and so they got them open threes, those looks, and that let me know right then that the Knicks wouldn't win the championship with Pat Ewing and Oakley, because you can't ask Pat to go out there.
Nah,
it's kind of a precursor to modern NBA. What happened?
Back then, threes hurt more. Like 3-pointers hurt a lot more back then because
they were definitely backbreakers.
Yeah, and the reason why is because if they got the offensive rebound, the shot clock reset to 24 seconds. Nowadays, the shot clock reset to 14 seconds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the small things like, God, dog it, man.
And especially because the pace was slower.
Yep.
Each point mattered more. So hitting those threes, like John Starks, I don't want to compare him to Stephen Curry, but when John Starks was on, he had devastating threes to teams when he was on.
Yep.
But like Andre Drummond had a lot more to his game. That's why when he started making threes a couple years ago, I wasn't shocked. Because if you look at his high school mixtape, he's doing step back threes. Like coming on screen.
He had passing in his game too. He had a little bit of point center in him too.
I wouldn't mind having Drummond, but I need Drummond to be healthy, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no room for Drummond on the Knicks.
You know,
I
what
mean,
Drummond,
not now.
Drummond could have used a disciplinarian when he got to the league. Like,
Yeah.
that's what he could have used.
Y'all going to get Trez, bro.
No,
And then he's still, in my opinion, Drummond is still an all-time great rebounder.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Bounce the ball. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
That man done saved me out of a couple NBA fantasy seasons alone.
Yeah.
Just
Hell
him.
yeah.
He just never put the rest of it all the way together.
Yeah, because of free throws, bro.
Mhm.
When people realize, you remember the people used to, every time he touched it, just fouled him. Like,
Yep.
what were you even messing around for? Just foul him, man.
Couldn't make a
Send him
free
to the
throw.
free throw line. Yeah, he couldn't make, and that killed his offensive confidence, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying. But if he could hit free throws at like 65%, that we would still be talking about how devastating that man is right now.
Instead of him making vet min contracts, and he's only 28 now. Like,
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
He's
like,
going
that's
to
what
Chicago.
Oh, where
Yeah.
you drafted? Like who drafts you?
Yeah. Because if he had a disciplinarian when he got to the league, a lot of those terrible habits and low IQ mistakes would just be like out of his game.
But part of that had to do with him being on terrible teams.
Right,
True.
like why would the Pistons even draft him?
Cleveland.
The semi with a borderline all-star at that time in Greg Monroe. Like,
Right.
That doesn't make sense. And then you
No,
play
that
both
makes
of them. It's similar to what we did with Obi.
And say we need to get more athletic, so then you go get another power forward in Josh Smith.
Like, it's crazy.
Oh,
and in that same team, that's the same Pistons team that traded Chris Middleton and Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Who are their guards on that team?
The dude that used to play for the Knicks. Brandon Jennings. Remember they drafted Brandon Jennings?
Brandon Knight, yeah.
And they traded.
It was Brandon Knight. It was Brandon.
No,
Knight.
I thought they traded Brandon Knight for. I thought they traded for Brandon Knight. I thought they traded.
You're right.
Yeah, they traded Brandon Jennings and Chris Middleton, and even tried to include Spencer Dinwiddie, but the Bucks wouldn't take him. Remember that? And then he wound up going to New York, going to Brooklyn out of the blue, and coming off the bench behind Russell, I think it was.
Yeah. He was behind D'Angelo Russell as the sixth.
And when Russell got hurt, he was balling.
Yeah, he was averaging like 20 and 7.
Yeah, man. It just so, man, Detroit's a mess. I got my cousins want me to go on some kind of YouTube channel, Pistons. Where I think they do a YouTube channel over there, and they want me to come on.
It out for him now, though. Like,
Troy Weaver is a what's
Scott
the name?
Perry's man. He's Scott Perry's man.
He's OKC's man.
Oh, right, and they're all intertwined.
What's my man name, bro?
The OKC's GM, Sam Presti.
Sam Presti. Yeah, that's Sam Presti, right hand man.
And Scott Perry is.
Pistons have done a good job, man. They've definitely turning that team around.
Detroit got a good. I don't know if they turned it around yet.
But getting lotto picks out.
Cunningham, man.
Getting high lotto picks out.
They got a good.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Dre. I was just about to say that, bro.
I think
getting
the NBA giving you the number 1 pick will help.
I think Kate and Jaden Ivey I love that fit.
I like Jalen Green more than Cade Cunningham, though. I'll take Jalen Green over Cade Cunningham, but I like Cade Cunningham.
I think Jalen Green.
They legit don't like each other, bro. Did you know that?
Yeah, because they had like a little thing because I wanted to be drafted.
They both wanted to be.
I didn't want to go to Detroit anyway. That's what he said.
Yeah,
Jalen Green.
Yeah, he don't.
Jalen Green might have a higher peak, but I think Cade Cunningham's gonna have a longer career.
He's gonna be a winner. Hey, Cade Cunningham is a winner, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna be consistent every year.
And in a funny way, I'm trying to say this complimentary. But every time I say it, it sounds disgusting. But I think Cade Cunningham is a Macy's version of Sean Livingston.
Oh.
That sounds so
Livingston before he tore his knee.
Yeah, before he tore his ACL.
No, because Sean Livingston before the knee was a super athlete.
Yeah.
Sean Livingston before the knee was more athletic than Jalen Green.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah, he was more. Think about the best athlete, the best wing player you ever saw, because he was supposed to go to Duke with Luol Deng, and they were like, "No, kid, you too good to go to Duke, bro. You need to get in the draft." Sean Livingston was a 6'7" point. Sean Livingston was the 2K dream, a 6'7" super athlete at point guard that could shoot the three.
They were trying to like make him the next Penny. Well, not make him, but he
Yeah.
was looked at as Penny again.
How much
Can you imagine Penny Hardaway with a 3-pointer, bro?
Huh.
Oh my
How much
God, bro.
talent did the Clippers waste, man? Like,
But he blew out. He blew
but that was
out his
different.
knee bad. Yeah,
Oh,
they
damn.
wasted talent. Though.
I think
They would have wasted him.
yeah, they would have. I mean, they wasted all over Candy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wasted all over Candy. Think about it. All over Candy played 14 years in the league. He was not a bust.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They wasted Zach Randolph. They wasted Quentin Richardson. They wasted Keon Doolin. They wasted Darius Miles. Yeah. Oh my. Lamar Odom.
Wow.
Yeah, Lamar Odom.
Elton Brand.
Elton Brand. He took
Yeah,
them.
man.
He actually took them to the playoffs.
You
That
might as well
sorry
say
franchise.
Griffin too, though, because they ain't win nothing with him either.
Yeah, they were about to waste DeAndre Jordan. You remember they was about to wait. They was like, "Yeah, we got this kid. He can jump out the gym. We don't know what to do with him." And then once they got Chris Paul was like, "Yo, don't cut him. I could do a lot with this. Trust me. I just did it in New Orleans with a dude named Tyson Chandler."
Right. They gift wrapped the Clippers Blake Griffin, like gift wrapped them to them. And
That's when they blocked the CP3 and the Kobe Bryant thing too, right? The NBA was really getting involved with that whole.
Prime Blake Griffin is probably one of the most underrated, in my opinion, players. Like he doesn't get the respect.
He was 20 and 10 every night. 20 and 10 on high efficiency with good passing.
I don't know. I don't know, bro, because I think Prime Melo is the most underrated.
Oh, he's very by Knicks fans.
No, Prime Melo.
Knicks fans underrate Melo.
I was seeing the opening day lineups. Melo came through with 2014. They had Shane Larkin starting at the one.
Oh my god. Yeah, like what are we doing?
We had Samuel Dallenberg starting at the 5.
And it's crazy because Knicks fans blame Melo for his tenure, but what the Knicks did to Carmelo Anthony was criminal.
Yeah,
it was criminal. Like it was criminal. And like we hate our greats and love our scrubs, and that's just how we get down.
You remember when they chanted MVP for Henry Ellington?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Against Detroit. Remember Detroit cut them, and then we wound up playing Detroit like a week later, and Henry Ellington went for 8 in the third quarter, and these fans chanted MVP for Henry Ellington, bro.
Remember Melo was he was holding the ball and the fans were yelling pass, and I'm saying to who?
Right.
To who? Pass to who?
Right.
Like let's be
Sasha Vujacic, man. That's
But I remember when they were when Knicks fans were mad at Courtney Lee because he was 12-5, right? They're like, we need a shooting guard that's gonna be more than 12-5. But he giving you 12-5 every game, every box score, Courtney Lee, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Courtney Lee, 14 points, 4 rebounds. Every game he was averaging exactly. You knew what you were getting.
We were so down bad. Aaron Aflalo was our number 2, man.
Remember Aaron Aflalo?
Aaron Aflalo,
the post-up guard. Like he couldn't score from anywhere else, but if you posted him up in that one spot, he was
Aaron Aflalo was Alec Burks before Alec Burks. Like he was same man. Even that we won 54. I always forget 52, 54, same difference games. Like who was like the other star with Melo? Melo brought up like there's a bunch of role players. Maybe J.R. Smith. Maybe
J.R. Smith was the number 2, and
like
career year.
Who wins with J.R. Smith as the number 2?
Nobody does.
Like we just man, I don't know, man.
And then the trade after that, trying to like recoup. We traded 2 firsts for that bum.
We just gave Melo and Shumpert to Cleveland for a bag of Skittles.
Phil did that. That was a Phil move.
Just gave them 2 championship rotation players for a bag of Skittles.
Then we trade for Bargnani.
Yo, Sally, did that dude break his leg on that play?
No, that's Trae Young. That's Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and John Collins.
I'm talking about the dude that fell on the floor.
Yeah, John Collins. He just fell.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's the Atlanta Hawks. That's insane, man. Them to be on that type of rhythm.
But that's pro-am. Ain't nobody playing defense.
Yeah, but
especially against NBA players, man.
They're
Like,
playing
nobody's
together, and Jalen Brunson's not playing together with anybody. I don't see any Jalen Brunson highlights at the
He's
pro-am.
not
He's not playing pro-am. But
what I'm just trying to say is everybody acting like. I want to see. I'm playing a little devil's advocate right now. Where's my Jalen Brunson highlight? If I'm a Knicks fan, I'm asking these questions. Where's I don't see Jalen doing nothing but talking to JJ Redick all day. Get fat.
Silly, you're not playing devil's advocate. You're the devil, and you need an advocate.
Probably right, King. You're probably right, bro. I'm just saying, man. Twitter's full of these highlights with John Collins, Trae Young, and DeJounte Murray, and Jalen Brunson.
They don't even want
John JJ Redick.
The Hawks don't even want John Collins on the team.
Yeah, they're trying to trade him.
He ain't getting traded.
He's
untradeable.
They can still be friends.
Break up, Frozy.
Oh, my bad.
So Cam's not the only one.
Oh my!
Cam.
Leader of the Cam fan club. Cam fan.
I thought he fell asleep.
Knicks just need to just send all the stuff that they want for Spider. Spider will solve all your problems for the next 3 years. Enjoy the playoffs. Enjoy maybe getting to the finals. But without Spider, RJ is going to be gone within 3 years.
Sally, what are you? Sally,
man.
Sally, where is RJ going in 3 years?
Why wouldn't they trade him? Why wouldn't he demand a trade?
Why would he?
Because nobody wants to stay on a losing team.
If we don't get Donovan Mitchell, he's the man in New York City. If we do get
that's
Donovan
a bad thing, bro. That's not a good thing being the man in New York City.
Some people are wired for it though. Like
he's
Melo mentally was wired for it.
But would Melo be wired for it in this day and age?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what's the gross difference? It isn't much difference. They were booing him when he was still here.
No, I'm talking about just social media.
Social media was still huge then too.
We did when Melo came.
Man, social media was murdering Melo at the end of his tenure. Yeah, man, they was clowning Hoodie Melo. You remember that?
Okay.
We was like Melo out here running wind sprints on a football field with a hoodie on. He jogging. What kind of wind sprints you jogging, Hoodie Melo? Man, we was killing Melo before he left, bro. I think that's the reason why that's why he waived his no trade clause.
Knicks fans were calling him fat, so Melo was trying to prove to us that he was getting in shape.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
Melo was jogging on a football field.
I love it. Don't for 1 minute think I don't love the New York hate or the New York love, whatever you want to call it. I love it. So
I hate it, man. The only thing I don't like about us Knicks fans is that, like I said, we hate our greats and we love our scrubs, and we have to like why do we love Frank Ntilikina and hate Carmelo Anthony? It defies all logic.
Right.
It defies logic.
Right. Why do we not praise Pat Ewing as a generational talent? Instead, we say we love that era of New York Knicks basketball.
Right.
And I've heard New York Knicks fans call him overrated.
They compare him to like other greats, like they're not like Pat's not great.
Right. Because think about it. Think about this. Think about this. When you talk to a Lakers fan, do you hear Lakers fans say, "Oh, I love the Phil triangle era," or do you hear them say Shaq and Kobe?
Yeah.
Right? Do you hear them say, "Man, I love the Phil Jackson triangle era in Chicago," or do they talk about Mike and Scotty? Right. But then when the Knicks fans get a chance to talk, they're like, I love that gritty era defense.
Or we love the Knicks tape era, but we don't love Melo.
But you don't mention Carmelo by name.
Or boo.
That's because the Knicks are bigger than any player who's ever played for them.
The Knicks are bigger than any player that played basketball ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're the Knicks.
Boo.
This is the problem.
Tomatoes thrown at Julius Randle for his 2010 and 5, but let's get up here and love on Cam Reddish for 2 hours. Like I just
that's Chilltown fault. Chilltown is booing Randle booing Randall, but loving a dude that
He's
averaged
done nothing
what
for.
8 points a game for the Knicks
Hey,
on 35% from the floor.
Julius Randle led us to the playoffs for the first time in
Right.
almost 10 years.
And they said Obi did it.
Yeah.
They were like, but look at Obi playoff numbers. And then King Ant G, listen, you know me, right? So I put Obi playoff numbers on the screen, right? And they were like, but those 6 points were important.
Or you put RJ's numbers on the screen. But remember he dunked on Herter? Like what are we talking about? Man, they all stunk in that playoff series.
What are we talking about?
I go back and look at Pat Ewing's like peak stats, and it's just actually ridiculous. Like he was averaging 28, 10, and 4 blocks.
Right. I think the dude averaged 6 blocks a game in the NBA Finals. Are you serious? Pat Ewing averaged like 6 blocks a game in the NBA Finals, bro. And then when you look at other people's numbers like Oakley and Mason and Smith,
no shows,
nothing, bro. And when you look at Starks averaged like 19 points a game or something like that in the finals, right? And then they like, well, game 7 is the one that matter.
And Pat was doing it against arguably maybe top 2, 3 greatest bigs all time.
I got a question. Would you trade the Brooklyn Nets for Ben Simmons?
Huh?
No, hell no. No.
I mean,
Ben Simmons would be a good New York Net.
Who are we giving up though?
Like, I mean,
who will we trade for Ben Simmons?
Nah, because Ben Simmons is already talking about sitting out next season for mental health issues.
Already?
Already, bro.
And he already got $150 million deal. He don't really want to play.
Right, and I'm not
okay. Well, then scrap
anybody.
that.
I'm not begrudging anybody for mental health issues, bro. Because mental health is a serious issue. But the thing I'm saying though is if he's not going to be an NBA player, go get your mental health issues resolved and not be an NBA player, right?
Yeah,
don't take up a roster spot though. Don't hold franchises hostage. If you're not right, retire from the game and go get right.
Whether he's on the Knicks or not, he's going to get his $150 million. So I prefer we not pay him.
Yeah, I didn't know that
he's going to get paid to go
talking about.
Yeah, already, bro. And this is like from a month ago.
Yeah,
what are we 4 months away from tip off? What are we 4 months?
Right.
Not
even.
3. Hold on. NFL kicks off what?
Beginning of 2.5. We're 2.5 away. 2.5 months.
Trying to recoup his money though, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
all I'm trying to figure out is should I draft Saquon Barkley in this mock draft we about to do this week on Legends, bro?
Yes.
I'm trying to.
Saquon Barkley is going to ball the F out.
I'm thinking about. I would love to get Barkley, the quarterback from the Ravens, or the quarterback from the Bills, and the running back from Detroit. If I can get those 3, bro, I don't care what my receivers look like.
I tell you.
If I can get Saquon, Derrick Henry, and either the quarterback from the Ravens, the Bills, or the Chiefs, I think I'll be straight.
I would say that, but Michael Thomas is going to be absolutely ridiculous this year. Just putting that out there. I'm just putting that out there. He's coming back.
Yeah,
and he got Jameis, who's going to be a gunslinger.
Bro, I had Michael Thomas. I had Michael Thomas and Christian McCaffrey last year.
Oh, the injuries!
You lost
because I had Michael Thomas the year before that, where he went off crazy, and I won the championship that year.
Yeah. I took the other San Francisco wide receiver last year. I took Ayuk instead of Debo, but I was on the San Fran train. But I took Ayuk instead of Debo, and I got killed.
Man.
King and G, we got to get this mock draft up and running this week, bro.
What are you
I'm gonna talk to. It's a channel called Legends.
No, I'm talking about the
mock
mock draft. You do it on Legends. What software or whatever? What website do you do the mock draft on?
I'm not for sure yet, but we're gonna find some dope software, bro.
Bro, they got Underdog. If you put in $10, they give you $10.
I'm a casual NFL fan.
They give you up to 100.
I'm willing to jump in this, do some research, and jump in this mock draft. Though.
Hey, bro, don't do it. Don't do it, bro. King and G, don't do it, bro, because this thing is so serious.
I understand how fantasy works, so I could figure it out. I just
Bro.
got what stats they count in the highest regard. I'm gonna figure it out now. I'm competitive.
Bro, this thing competitive, bro. All I'm saying, if you casual, bro, smoke a cigarette, bro. This right here is for dudes that want to fight. This right here is for dudes that want to fight. Bro.
Listen, I love speeds, man. I love
Hey, you gonna lose hair, man. After you gonna lose a lot of hair,
and we gonna talk that noise, and we gonna talk that noise, bro. So,
and this is gonna be live.
The mock draft will be live, and
Nice.
we're gonna do shows, probably about 3 or 4 times a week. I think we're targeting Tuesdays and Fridays during the season. Probably Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sunday mornings. Probably is what we're looking at doing. Like do a show right before the game start. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you gonna do your
like
pregame 1 o'clock?
Yeah, probably a pregame 12 o'clock.
Do your
Like from 12, from 12 to 12:45.
Nice. Do your picks?
And
do your little gambling picks?
Yeah, man.
I'll take the Cowboys minus 3.5 against the Bucks.
Bim.
The old Greek, right? The Greek. They put him on the TV show back in the day. Archie something. The Greek.
Yeah, I know you're talking about Jimmy the Greek.
Yeah, Jimmy the Greek.
Yeah.
You have your little segment. You give out the spreads.
Man. So
that's what I roll with, man. I roll with them Cowboys.
Bet with Freezy. I'm a Ravens fan, bro. I'm super excited about our year.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go to like 2 or 3 Ravens games.
Hey, Freezy, you go to the Ravens game. I'm telling you what to do right now, bro. You come up here. Only thing you gotta do is go to Cromwell Station in Glen Burnie. Just take the train right to the stadium, bro. Skip all the mess.
Oh, I know. I know.
Okay.
That's what I got a cousin.
Okay.
I got a cousin up there. Yeah.
You know, we go to the train station every time.
In Baltimore, man. I had a real bad experience.
Because Baltimore City traffic made me. I swear I'm gonna get out of my car and punch people in the face, bro.
Yeah.
You know, from Jersey City,
DMV traffic is terrible. DMV traffic in general is terrible.
Bro, but every time you stop at a red light, somebody trying to wash your windows.
Yeah. Or rob you.
or both.
Like
or do both. Sometimes you get extorted at the red light. You got to get shaken down for $5.
Yeah,
I've been in that situation where it's like I just give the guy $5. I don't need all this.
Take these $5. Yeah, just take the.
You know,
$5.
like most cities
shaking
have,
me down, man.
You know, like most cities have a nice part.
Yeah.
I searched for it in Baltimore, couldn't find it.
We still looking for it.
Yeah, I can show you one nice part.
Yeah,
but the next block over ain't nice.
Nah, I live in Pistol Wave in New Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Bro, I was about to say in Miami they got dudes out there doing charities for football teams, but they're like 25.
So scamming.
Yeah, they got their high school jersey on.
Yeah,
in a bucket.
Yep.
In a bucket. Yeah.
Help us go to national.
Yeah, Ravens State, man.
In 8:30.
Ravens games are lit, bro. You're gonna love it.
They eat out there, bro.
Yeah.
You ever been to a game before, Freezy in Baltimore? You ever been to a Ravens game?
No.
Yeah.
My cousin keep trying to get me to go, and he keep telling me, "Oh, come on, man, come on! You drive up here, man, and we'll." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, all right." But I never had a reason to go to Ravens game. Now Camden Yards, bro. If I lived in Baltimore, bro, I would have season tickets, bro.
Going to a baseball game when you love baseball is like one of the best experiences. Like it might be my top sports experience is going to a baseball game. Like
you said, you had a bad experience in Baltimore.
I don't like Baltimore too much.
What happened?
Somebody broke into my car, man.
Oh, it is Baltimore. Yeah,
I
thought you said somebody was hitting on your girl. It's like they're gonna break in your car, bro. You mean just,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Came out of
got them out of state tags, bro.
Yeah, man. Back window was just busted wide open. I was like, so this is how y'all give it up out here.
Yeah, man.
Baltimore crazy because
with no back window.
Yeah, it's not even. This is a totally different. It's just Baltimore's in its own world. I tell people all the time, like it's a lot smaller than Philly, but it's got all the big city problems. It's small.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Baltimore. It's a small city, so when you come from New York or Philly or Jersey, you're used to a big city. This ain't a big city. It's a small.
That's what
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the traffic, bro. All these roads, what the?
They're all built in train. They're all built in train. They're all everything in Maryland's built in railroad tracks. So anytime you see a road, it's all railroad tracks.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah,
So-
and yeah, man. I get on like these highways and stuff they're like, oh no, you don't want to go to that light, man. Get on such and such and such number highway and cut around, and then you go and the highway is packed, but then you look down at the traffic at the light, they stuck.
Yep.
And then you're like, okay, now I see why you said, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy.
You
bro.
always gotta go a long way around. You always gotta go around traffic.
Yeah.
Baltimore's
man.
not as bad as DC though. DC's way worse than Baltimore.
Yo, I was in DC It was like 4:00 in the morning in DC. I'm on a road. I'm trying to get around DC. I get detoured because they have work construction, right? You know how you coming from down south, you going to Baltimore, you got to go around DC, right?
Yep.
Bro, traffic was backed up so far in DC, man. It was raining, people blowing the horn. It's like 4:00 in the morning. And I got one gun in my lap and the other one like right here in the counter. My wife all nervous. I'm like, yo, you know we in DC, man. If something happened, bro. If something happened, we gonna file. If something happened, we gonna file a police report. Ain't nobody filing a report on us.
Yo,
we gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Jersey City, bro.
And that's what's tricky about DC. That's what's tricky about DC is if you get caught up in some drama on the city line between Maryland and DC and Virginia and DC, you don't even know who's showing up. The crime can be committed in DC, and next thing you know, there's no jurisdiction. You in another,
and you got a car with yellow lights on the top of it. You're like, what in the world is this?
Yeah, I remember my sister lived in Greenbelt, Maryland, so we used to just drive.
Yep.
To
I know
DC.
Greenbelt is.
I remember when we was going back to Maryland, we was getting onto the highway. Like when I tell you, we was stuck on the highway entrance for like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yep.
Nothing was moving.
Nothing was moving, bro.
I was getting claustrophobic as hell. I said, we got to go. I got to get out the car.
I've been there, man. I know.
Yeah, man.
I take public transportation as much as I can because if I ain't got to drive, I'm okay with that.
Wow.
And I got cars. I take the train. I take the bus. I don't want to drive, man. And
yeah, it's crazy.
They get in the, I don't want to drive. I don't even want to deal with it. So I just do what I do.
Yo, y'all think we should do a fantasy basketball league this year?
I'd love to.
I'll do it.
I'm in.
I
do it on Sleeper, Freezy. Do it on the Sleeper app if you do.
I got the Sleeper app already.
Okay, cool.
So on your phone, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got it already. Man, I'm doing football and all that stuff on it. But I was wanting to know if we could get 10 or 12 hardcore people, you know what I'm saying, to do a fantasy basketball draft. And then that way you can really see how people back up they rhetoric. Like people say they love it because I did one on NBK, right? Everybody talked about they love the Knicks and nobody would draft the Knicks. Like, oh, wait a minute. You said you love the Knicks, right? But nobody would. And you're like, yo, RJ Barrett's still out there. You're like, I don't know, man. I like Spencer Dinwiddie. Hey, anyway, guys, let me get out of here, man. Let me wrap up. I got to do vibes and stuff live in the morning at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Me and Chuck Allen, we're going to try to rock 8 o'clock, man. Just come through, hang out, do such and such. Knicks morning drive in the morning, probably about 10. We'll probably do that for 3 or 4 hours, man, and rock the spot there. Talk about what if RJ Barrett was a bust. I screen captured the results from the poll, so we'll probably just push that back and talk about that in the morning on the Knicks morning drive. Guys, I'm out of here.
Peace.
Y'all be peaceful.
Later, man.
Y'all be peaceful. Y'all have a good night. Holla. Yo. For more in-depth Knicks conversations and more Uncle Freezy one-on-one time, consider being a Patreon. The link to our Blorange Tears Patreon page is in the description box below. It's more individual conversations, more in-depth breakdowns. For more of that stuff, consider $2 a month or something cheap like that. For more in-depth Knicks conversations. I'll see y'all over there. I'm Uncle Freezy, and you know who I am. Uncle Freezy, the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, giving you everything that you want. I will holler at y'all later. Peace, y'all.